quick check here. Guys, good evening. Bear with me, the rain just happened to start. I was like, oh, I don't need my umbrella, but it turns out it did. So I'm gonna flip this camera around here. Hopefully, there you go, you guys can see me. Oh, it's kind of hard to be far enough away and still stay dry. But a couple of things. Tomorrow's election day. If you haven't seen one of these, they're posted all over. Of course, it's backwards because it's the front camera, but tomorrow is election day. Polls don't close until 8 o'clock p.m. Please make sure that you make time to get out and vote. So I wanted to take a couple of minutes while everybody's kind of getting together and talk about the documents I posted yesterday. The documents I posted yesterday, they were letters between Lawrenceville attorney, right? So the attorney that was hired, and representatives from EPA. So what those letters state is that the council members really need to get together with EPA, because we heard Hank talk about this before, and I think it's really important to reiterate that they're trying to work with EPA, but since that's been 2 meetings or more now, and we haven't heard any updates. So I'm really hoping that we're going to get an update about that tonight. That means that the borough's not looking at facing $26,000 worth of fine, like per violation per day. So let's hope that we get some clarification on that. I also want to tell you guys and remind you again that I do not withhold information from you. As soon as I receive it, if I think it's in the public's best interest, I do the best I can to get it out to you as quickly as possible. So I didn't get to give you a lot of details about those documents because they were sent to me anonymously. I have no idea who sent them. Leaks do happen in government all the time, but there is an anonymous form on my page that you guys can fill out and send me things. So that is still there because I don't feel like you guys need to have your identities exposed if you have a question or if you have something to share. I've worked really hard to make sure that y'all can do that. So the wind is really blowing. If you haven't left yet, to come over for the meeting. It's now raining, so dress appropriately. You know, we never know if we're gonna get thrown out for an executive session because there's no agenda. I came over, it was about 6:04, and there still wasn't anything posted. Ooh, so this is definitely a challenge. I need a bigger umbrella, I guess. So I brought some stuff to wipe lenses and things off with, so we should be good. I hope that the audio is good. Please make sure you comment so that I know you're here, because I don't really get to see a whole lot of it. As usually I'm really trying to pay attention to the meeting. So like I said, no agenda. Can't really tell you what's going on tonight with it, and we'll find out more maybe about those documents. Hopefully somebody can bring us some clarification on where this is going. And then the wastewater treatment plant, so WWTP is the wastewater treatment plant that they're referring to in those documents. If you didn't get a chance to look at them, please go read them. I think they're really important. They're good communication, and it's sort of kind of an example of where the money spent with the extra attorney that was hired to help take care of this, you know, if anything is going to come from that. So I'm really looking forward to some answers. And again, you guys know I don't keep anything. I'm not going to hold, you know, important public information from you. If I have it, I absolutely do the best I can to get it right out to you. So I really enjoyed the discussion and looking really forward to tomorrow. I am going to stop up at J Herbs. I'll do probably a short live stream just to remind you guys, to let you know where you're going. I am allowed inside, but I don't think that's appropriate. You know, press can do certain things, and I'm imagining your candidates will be there on and off throughout the day. Everybody's kind of making posts tonight, I see. So make sure you check your group pages and check your candidate pages, and if you've got final questions, please reach out to them. You know, if you have them, ask. Everybody's usually pretty accommodating. So I've been doing this for a year, and well, 7 months So a year and 7 months later, I think everybody's realized that what I'm doing here is valuable, and I appreciate all of you every time. The wreaths across America, the church, the Cavalry Church, United Methodist Cavalry Church, actually bought the rest of the wreaths. So look really forward to seeing that come here for us next year in support of our veterans. And thank you to everyone who did sponsor a wreath already. Thank you very, very much for that, because you guys always know I end my stream with, don't forget to check on your neighbor and thank a veteran for our freedom to do these things. So, oh, getting a couple more cars. So there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 8 of us if you include myself right now here already. So, but I am live.
I wanted to know there's no...
Still none?
Still none up there, and he's making copies of something, but we don't know what.
Well, hopefully it's an agenda.
Hopefully.
Oh, hopefully it's an agenda.
Back and forth.
Okay. Yes, thank you guys to everyone who sponsored a wreath. The support for that was amazing. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And for everybody who shared. Thank you to everybody who came and did the fall harvest party at the library. I had a really great time. I thought the vendors were great. There was a lot of very handmade, unique things, gift ideas. So if you guys didn't get a chance to go back and watch that, and you have a difficult person to buy for, definitely go check out some of the vendors that were there for the library. That was a nice day. So I feel really awkward halfway standing like in the picture. It's letting up a little bit on the rain, but we will, I think I'm gonna go hide over there in the corner so I can ditch the umbrella, because my hands are really full if I don't. But I also don't want to impede on what conversations are going on over there. So, got 2 more folks that showed up. And a couple more cars. I'm gonna make sure I'm out of the way. I know the shadows are weird too tonight. I'm going to try to stay in the light a little bit so you can at least see me, Mr. Hartman. That's just a good turnout for being a little rainy. Oh. I would not do that. I would not do that.
Why?
Because it's outside and I'm still live streaming. So you'll notice I had to get out of the way here. I don't want to get run over. I am as close as I can get to the garage door here. Can't get any farther away. So I'm just trying to stay dry. So. Okay. That was Mr. Russell and the young gentleman who always joins him. I was standing right here when he pulled up, so more threatening behavior because the handicap parking space is actually, well, it's over here. Lovely enough, I can show you. So I'm not really sure why that was a thing, but I've got everybody here watching. As you can see, there's a pretty good crowd gathering outside here. And I hope y'all can hear me okay, even with the wind blowing. Let's see here. Thank you guys for the likes. The best way that you can support my feed, make sure you share. You can like, follow, turn on your notifications so that you do know when I'm live. Every bit helps. If you'd like to contribute, you can find all of the links on my Facebook page along with the link to my website, which has that anonymous form. So we're going to be allowed in. And my nose is freezing. So I'm going to go inside and get myself a seat. No, we have one more meeting, but election day is tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
No, we're not. That wasn't for us. What time do we have? What temperature do we have? We got 6:53, so. Oh
yeah, they go let you on there before.
Till 7.
Yeah.
So they can start before I get sat down. 47 degrees right now, guys. Let's see, with the wind. It's chilly with the wind. What do we got here? 12 mile per hour, 31 mile per hour gusts. So here's your little weather forecast for the moment. It feels like 41, but the wind is making it substantially colder. All right, I hope everybody had a safe Halloween. You know, I didn't even think to mention that. The trunk or treats looked like everybody had a good time. It was good for the kids, safe. We'll hear hopefully the police department report tonight, although I do not see an officer here yet. You guys can go back and watch some of my videos with some of the aggressive behavior with the vehicles and the parking and the blocking my vehicle in. And you guys can all go back and watch that.
We're going to watch them all.
You can watch them all. I hope so. I hope so. And thank you to the folks who just recently followed and subscribed. I really appreciate the support. Look there's
Terry,
another
how you
one.
doing?
Guys, your candidates are showing up. Like I said, I've seen a couple of Facebook posts floating around, making sure to remind everybody your candidates are there. Please message them with your questions if you have them. They have made themselves available. And I think we've got a great group of folks who want to get some work done. There's been a lot of scuttlebutt about some financial stuff going on. You know, we heard about trying to pay off some of that loan last month. And I'm not privy right now to the information. There is other documents and financial reports floating around. I have not seen them myself. There are some folks in town that have. It takes a group to go through those documents. It's a lot. Even just 6 months of financial paperwork is a lot. So we'll give them folks some time to go through it, and hopefully we'll get some feedback on what they find. I hope that everybody that's participating does the same thing that we do, with wanting to be transparent and open with the public and available, you know, to answer your questions. So I have a great turnout tonight, and I'm really excited. I will stop in tomorrow just to kind of make sure you guys know where you're going and give you an idea on where you can park and things like that. We had a great primary day. I loved it. It was such a great turnout. It was one of Lawrenceville's best turnouts ever for a primary election. So I think Anthony is walking across the street over here now. So I haven't seen Dee actually in a while. If she pops in, would love to hear from her. I have not heard anything about the primaries that did not primary to the ballot. No one has mentioned if they have dropped out of the race or if they're going to support any other candidates or what's going on with that. That's kind of still a big question. I'd be curious to know if there's zoning and code enforcement actions getting ready to be taken, because they did hire Billy Carl. Vote for change. Yes, ma'am, vote for change. It is going to take some time, so you guys also have to remember that they're coming into a really, really big mess. It is going to take them a little while to kind of get that sorted out, but I think we're looking at a great group of folks who really want to work together and really have best interest, you know, for the town. The borough is in some active litigation right now all over the place between EPA, DEP. Local residents have filed lawsuits against the borough. That EDU list is a conundrum that I've never seen before, because every time I ask for one, it gets changed. You can go back. I can see if I can find the old one. It hasn't changed as far as I'm aware, because there's been no acting secretary still. Vicki Willis from Penn York Accounting has been handling your water bills. I did notice that some people were concerned they didn't receive a bill. I did hear that the meter readings were a little bit late, so you could see some little extra in your bill there. But those concerns need to be taken up with Vicki Willis at Penn York Accounting, and everybody's being allowed in. So I'm gonna kind of scoot my butt on up here so I can get my umbrella and stuff away. So walking by isn't someone who is running for council suing the borough. That is actually the case. You haven't gotten one either? Yeah, that is actually the case. Unfortunately, the documents at the Thonotari's office are almost 200 pages, or it was 200 pages, and I didn't have time to read through them, and I didn't get a chance to. They want 25 cents a piece of paper, and they won't do anything electronic, so unfortunately, Miss Wheeler, I don't have any details about that yet. Thank you. We were so smart. We brought our umbrellas.
Yeah.
I know, because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna need this. I was so wrong. Sometimes I'm very wrong. Can I speak English?
Okay, Terry.
Barry got his turned down.
Hey, Cindy. You want to try Michelle again?
I just did.
Did you?
Okay. We're all waiting. It's easy tonight. It feels like
Hey,
a whole
Mansell, she's on already. She's on.
Yes.
She's already on that one. I got a speaker for how I
I don't think she's on.
Chris, Hank. I don't know. But all you guys as candidates are here tonight. Excited for tomorrow.
I would rather go over in my shop watching online.
We're on
Because then I can yell and scream and
like a baseball game.
Yes, celebrating early.
I always wait till
There you go.
But Miss Donna and I will be sitting with each other.
Hosting.
After you, Hank,
Oh, no, go ahead. You got the camera.
I gotta
just make a conundrum.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just coming.
I'm gonna send you out.
so
I don't know, I printed something.
haven't gotten a bill either. Yeah.
I don't really want to be yesterday. Her and I both had.
I'm booked. You're probably gonna have the best way to get it.
She says she's booked.
Greg Button, the ambulance chief.
I don't know.
Been to your house.
Thank you, Terry.
I know, but you know Greg Button.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I even got like extra room to spread my drink.
Call meeting to order.
You there, Michelle?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call vote, President here, Vice President's in Italy. Michelle is on the phone,
Here.
Cleo,
Here.
Cindy, Hank,
Here.
Mansell,
Here.
and the mayor. Okay. You have 2 copies of minutes for the regular meeting, October 2nd, and then the special meeting, October 16th. Take your time to look them over.
Oh, that is what I go there.
It might be difficult.
For the October 2nd,
October 2nd.
motion by,
They're incomplete. When you have payment of bills, you included Bob Brown, which was a water bill refund.
Bob Brown's was an overpayment, yes.
That's not a bill,
Your opinion anyways.
that's a bill. I mean, it's not a bill. An overpayment is not a bill.
The reimbursement.
That was a reimbursement for the water.
Okay, this is the minutes from the previous minute. This is not the agenda. That was in the bills last
And it's
month.
not supposed to be in the bills.
Well, that's the
Where
way-
is it listed then? If it's not in the bills, where is it listed on this paper? Because there is no note that we paid him. We reimbursed him for money that he shouldn't have been reimbursed for.
That's your opinion.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
And it's
thank you for
according
your
to the
opinion.
ordinance, it is everyone's opinion.
What's the, will you read the ordinance for me?
You had the big.
You
one.
had the ordinance.
Yeah, and it says,
Let's see it.
Give me the ordinance book and I will find it for you.
Let's see the ordinance. You got the whole thing.
That's not the ordinance.
We voted on this a while back, and it was all voted to go by the ordinance, and we all agreed the ordinance was, it's called the,
Mansell, you voted not to enforce the ordinances.
Gordy, I suggest you read.
Section 39 of ordinance
No, where's
136.
the whole thing? That's
Section's
just-
39.
That's just a section of it.
That's right.
Where's the ordinance?
This is the part that pertains to, is,
No,
it says, by the number of, where conditions make it difficult to install meters for each consumer, a single meter will be installed and a minimum charge will be made for each consumer supplied through a single meter, as listed for the size meter that would be
That says
required to serve each individual customer.
Right.
So he's,
That's
why
each
did?
dwelling.
Each dwelling.
Yeah,
It's a minimum fee.
So why did he get money back?
okay. The water registered by the meter will be divided by the number
No.
of consumers
Yeah.
in any
No.
exit. Excuse me, I'm talking, I'm speaking,
Go ahead.
okay? It says, this will be done only if agreed to all parties concerned.
No, it became an ordinance. So all the parties concerned, that no longer
When did it
applies.
be- when did it
We-
become an ordinance?
You guys already went to,
Hey,
from the
hey,
lawyer,
hey, whoa, whoa.
when this was
Tell
discussed,
me-
the
tell me-
lawyer told you were wrong.
When did it become an ordinance?
When we all voted on it right here.
That was a motion, not an ordinance.
We voted on to go by the ordinance. The ordinance said we're gonna do every dwelling in each individual house. or apartment.
That was whoever made the motion, but you,
We was voted
a
on, it was approved, Gordy.
motion doesn't override.
We took
You
that to the
cannot
lawyer.
change it.
The lawyer said that our interpretation was right and yours was wrong.
What lawyer told you that?
What's his name? The first lawyer, the one you had.
Austin White.
Yeah.
Austin White.
Yeah, the other one sat there and told you were crazy.
No, he did not say that.
But anyway, the ordinance reads
You can't
that
change
both
that.
parties have to
You
agree.
can't
You
change it
can't
on your
change
own.
that.
You made that
Now,
up.
excuse
You
me.
made that up.
It was already voted
Excuse me,
on.
Hey,
Mr.
whoa, whoa,
Chilson.
whoa, settle down, settle down,
That's
okay?
an ethics
We're having a meeting,
violation.
okay? And they
Oh, I didn't know that.
They
No, I
disagree
thought
with what
anybody
the
could
ordinance
speak.
reads.
It does not say that.
I just read it to you.
I don't care what it says.
Well, I'm sorry.
Read the rest of it. You don't got it with you. Isn't that convenient?
Yeah. Go in the back room and get the whole ordinance.
Get the sheet you showed us before, the whole legal sheet you had. the
Right there,
document.
right there it
No,
is.
no. It was a long document you pulled out.
No.
Yes, because we were gonna write an ordinance to go by what we
Why didn't
voted
you
on.
write the ordinance
Because
then?
you said you had the ordinance, you showed it to us, and it's exactly the same thing we were gonna do. And now the ordinance is
You're,
gone.
you're talking about something you have no clue about.
I seen it. I read it.
Well, you must have a copy of it if you saw it.
No, you have it.
Oh,
Everybody's here.
Mansell,
Gordy, everybody took it with you and left.
you don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Go by the ordinance. So what's your complaint with the,
Because
sit
that is,
down.
that
No,
is,
this isn't my phone, this is Lucy's.
Loose, you know what that is? That's a definition.
Exactly, of a
That's
customer.
definition.
Ordinance, you
Oh,
see the
customer.
number out there?
That's
You see
definitions
the,
of the,
you see the ordinance number?
that's the definitions.
Exactly.
Can't you read? They come first before the ordinance.
No, I can't.
Right, Anyway, so your complaint with the minutes is,
it's not a bill. It's a reimbursement of a water bill. It's not a payment of a bill. It's not, wasn't listed on the bills.
well, if it's not a bill, thank you.
We never voted on it.
You didn't vote to pay the bills?
not a bill.
It's not a bill.
That's
We
your
never
opinion.
voted on it.
But anyway, if you wanna change the minutes, ask for the minutes to be changed. And tell me what you wanted to put down there.
She just told you.
And what did she say?
Move the reimbursement from this section
To where?
to wherever you wanna put it, then you gotta vote on it, it's reimbursement.
You're the one who wants it moved, tell me where to move it to.
I don't agree with the reimbursement.
Well, it's too late, it's already voted on and passed.
No,
It wasn't voted on.
Voted on 2 months ago.
Yeah.
No.
No.
4 months ago, Cleo, we voted on to enforce the ordinance, and you voted yes to enforce it. Our interpretation was a dwelling, one or more, it's singly, it would be, if it's got 4 people in the household, it'd be 4 minimum fees. We all agreed on it, except Mr. Chilson. I got documentation after documentation.
Let's see it, let's bring them.
I didn't bring it with me, I didn't think
Okay,
it
well
was.
then bring them next month, thank you. Okay.
No, but then I'll file ethics complaints. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so what do you want to change the minutes to? I'm all ears.
That it wasn't a bill. It was a refund to Bob Brown.
In the bills, we wrote him a check and we voted
It's
to
not
pay it.
a bill.
No, but it was
It was
written from the
it
checking
was-
account.
Right.
They reimbursed him for the,
a reimbursement, yes.
Yeah.
It's not a bill.
What
It
did-
should have been separate. We should have voted on that separately.
That's your opinion.
that was.
Yes, it is, and my opinion is correct.
Well, thank you.
Well, where's
Okay.
my reimbursement?
Who are you?
Lucy.
Lucy?
Said I got one, but I didn't.
Who said you got one?
You did.
I never said you got one.
Last meeting you
Last
did.
month you
I don't
said,
write the checks.
Oh,
You
wrote
know
the
that.
Bob Brown.
you said I got a reimbursement.
You have a reimbursement coming, all you gotta do is
No,
request it.
I
Oh, now you got it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you don't want the reimbursement?
No, he
I
didn't.
never requested
Bob
a
Brown, he
reimbursement.
went to Bob Brown. and-
What's this?
You heard me. I never requested one. I don't intend to. And you said I got one already. Last month you said that. It's on video.
No, no. I did not say you got a video,
Yes, you
got a
did.
reimbursement.
You did, 'cause I called
But I have
you
an
liar.
email, I have
I
an
called
email
you
here
liar.
that you wrote on April 20th concerning that,
What year?
2022.
Okay.
This is 23, a year ago, okay.
It says it would be prudent to finally resolve the matter regarding water bill number 2107.
Yep, and we did. We as a council did, we voted on it. It's a dwelling, and even if there's 2 people living in a household, there are different people living there, there's 2 different minimum fees. We've been through this how many
And who
times?
lives at 2107?
I have no idea. I'm just telling you how it works. If there's 2 people in the household,
You're,
they're different family members. No, I'm not.
This is Lucy and Al
I
Lucy's
never
house.
got the resolution in writing. Never.
You didn't?
No.
You look on your water bill for 4 months, it says if you have any questions concerning your bill, to contact, Penn York County. It says right on your water bill,
And
4 months in a row.
And I did that.
What's that?
I did that.
Okay, and what did they tell you?
She would check into it.
Okay. And she hasn't got back to you about your water bill? All right, I'll take care of it then.
No, you don't need to take care of it, Gordy. Just forget it.
Then why are you complaining?
Because you're lying.
Lucy, right there's the email that you sent.
A year
okay?
ago,
A year ago.
Okay, concerning that.
Yeah.
You got 4 notices, if you have a question, to contact them.
Four
And now you're
notices.
saying I'm lying, that the notice isn't there, or what?
What notice?
Right on the water bill.
you're lying because you said she already got reimbursed.
I never said she
Yes,
got
you
it.
did.
Yes, you did.
You said that last month.
No.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
Yes,
you
you
did.
did.
No.
It's on video on Facebook.
Matter of fact, I called her about her reimbursement and I told her how to go about
I'm
it.
just telling you what happened in the meeting.
That is a lie. Again, Gordy.
Did I ask you to have your husband call me and you never did?
When did you do that? I
Well,
find
back
it
then.
interesting that you can't
After you
come up
sent
with the
the email.
ordinance, but yet you have an email that I sent
Lucy,
you over a year
Lucy,
ago.
I guess I really don't understand why she would need to have her husband call you.
So anyway, what do you wanna do about payment of the bills that's in the minutes?
Oh my God.
I wanted to say it was a reimbursement to Bob Brown that was unauthorized by the council.
It was, 2 months ago, I believe, there was a list of,
It was October
there
2nd.
was,
And I think that was brought up before,
Mr.
before we
President,
paid it.
So you're saying you want it spelled out in the minutes that Bob Brown got a reimbursement?
Yes, and it was not voted on.
It was voted on in the bills.
It's not
No.
a bill.
Okay, well, anyway, so, You wanna put that in the motion to have that entered into the minutes that Bob Brown's money was returned to him, that was overpaid?
Any and everybody that was refunded for money that didn't belong to them,
Now it's money that didn't belong to them.
according to the ordinance that we all voted on.
And you don't have a copy of the ordinance with you and you're talking,
Well,
and I brought the part of this section that says, everybody has to agree to
That
that.
wouldn't be an ordinance, Gordy, if that was in there, now come on.
It wouldn't be an ordinance if that
So,
was in there.
if I had, the ordinance book has a bunch of stuff in how you build, how you don't build, what you can and cannot do. So now you're telling me an ordinance allows you to say, I'm gonna do it or not gonna do it. An ordinance doesn't allow
Now,
that.
ordinance says what it says in writing.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're not.
That's not, when it becomes an ordinance, it's a law. It's not an option.
In what year was it?
That's what that is.
77, 78.
That's right, 76. Ordinance 136,
Right.
section
And
39.
you read the whole ordinance, it does not, when you look at what it says and what the interpretation of it is, and you sent that to the lawyer said you were wrong, and our interpretation, how.
I have never sent it to a lawyer.
Yes, you did.
No.
You and Mr. Penzo both did.
You
And that's
called
why,
the lawyer.
that's why we all voted and it passed.
You voted to charge everybody.
You tell me why in the last year that we've been paying for single dwellings.
Who has?
That's what they've been charged last 2 years.
And everybody that complained got their money back. Everybody that complained.
Just recently.
Well, within the last year.
Right, so this has been went almost 2 years, 2.5 years, Gordy, and now you just change it out of will?
I don't change anything.
You did.
You follow the ordinance.
We voted on it.
You voted, you made a motion to charge everybody.
No.
You went against the ordinance.
We, no, the ordinance, we said that we go by the ordinance, we all copied it off.
I need a motion for Mansell to research this and to bring back in writing exactly what the ordinance says.
No problem, we don't pay until I do that.
You don't, just offer it, go
You
get
already
it.
paid it, there's no help.
Now, you having a motion to have.
How many people? How many people?
You've already done it though, it's after the fact.
Okay, motion for Mansell to research and bring back the ordinance on what he's talking about.
We all voted on that? I think I
No,
should.
we need separate.
Yeah, the ordinance I'm talking about. I'll tell you what, I'll bring in the minutes where we all voted on it and it was passed.
That was a motion, not the,
A motion was to go, Mr. Penzo said a motion was to go by the ordinance and based on what we agreed to.
go by the ordinance.
And we said, what does it mean? And we had the interpretation that if there's three,
So
if
we
there's
got a
three
motion,
houses.
we got a motion on the table for Mansell to
Gordy, you
bring
can't
ordinance
do
in
that.
expressing that.
Mansell. I don't know that this would be all that difficult if we actually abided by the way in which things should have been progressing for the last year. So I would just say, get out the minutes book that is supposed to have every single month's minutes should be in the minutes book.
Yeah.
All the way back an entire year. So why don't you just go find the minutes book?
It's, the minutes don't override the ordinance.
I'm not saying that
Or
it overrides
resolution.
it, but Mr. Russell here is saying that happened like 2, 3, 4 months ago. Okay, fine. Go find the minutes book, because it's supposed to be up to date, month to month.
Well,
Go find the minutes book.
It's up to date and it was over a year ago.
That's fine. Then let's find it, and we can, I'm perfectly happy to sit with the minutes book in my lap and I'll look through.
Minutes books does not override the
I'm not
ordinance.
saying that, Mr. Chilson. I'm saying let somebody look through the minutes book.
They can look at it all they want.
Well,
Yeah.
first of all, somebody's gonna say, Mr. Chilson, why for a year and a half you did it this way, and all of a sudden, without anything, you asked, well, anybody want to
Why?
do that?
Because the water bills were screwed up for a year.
No, that was just recently, Gordy.
And whose fault was that?
Whose fault was that? I need a.
That was yours.
I need a second for the motion for Mansell to research the ordinance on.
Already a motion on the floor.
Yeah, I need a second for it.
Can we just table the minutes?
And then we'll vote on it.
Yeah, we'll table that
Already
part.
had the motion on the floor,
We'll just table that.
the minutes.
Oh, excuse me, yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Let's just table that part. Until I get the documentation that you need.
We'll table the minutes.
More than happy to fight for you.
Make a motion, we table the minutes. So next council.
I second that.
What does that have to?
He's gonna get all that information here.
Right.
Okay, okay.
I second that.
You there, Michelle?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry about the confusion, Michelle.
We're gonna, I guess the motion was to table that part of it, or the billing part, and I second it, so Gordy's gonna do a roll
What
call.
do you mean by payment part of it?
Well, you already paid it. I
It was
don't
voted on.
It's already been, yeah, we voted on that last time.
It was a bill, not reimbursement.
Well, the motion was to reimburse.
No, there was no motion to reimburse.
So the motion is, it's on the table, to table it, I second it, let's take a roll call vote.
I don't think you need to vote on the table. Move on to, I vote no. Bob is absent. Michelle?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes,
Cleo?
you're gonna table it?
Yes, I wanna table it.
Okay. Thank you. Cleo?
Yes. Table it.
Cindy?
Yes, table it.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansell?
Yes.
Okay, it is 4-1 to table.
That's not correct.
Minutes, okay.
That's not correct.
November. The minutes for October.
Wouldn't it be 6-1, or did you say no?
It's, the math's not right. You have 5 councilmen voting.
Right, but those two
In
and
favor of it.
Michelle is 5. So that should be 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not 4.
Somebody said 4-1.
He did. Thank you.
Good thing you can count. I tried to. Got my fingers.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes for the October 16th special council meeting.
Motion made by Cleo. Special meeting.
I'll back in if I can.
Second.
I just, I'll second it if I can.
Okay, yes, you can. Roll call vote. President, yes. Bob absent. Michelle?
Yeah.
I don't like the way that's worded.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Only if you put the purchase of the generator recommended by DEP as a used generator. We need to,
Well, the price is listed there. In the minutes. Yes or no, Cindy?
That was voted down though, right?
yeah.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansell?
I wasn't here, so no.
That's 4-2. Payment of the bills. Now, who wants to look at the bills? I believe you have a financial report in front of you.
How come credit card purchases aren't included in here? I haven't seen a gas bill in a while. How come she doesn't do the credit card
I don't know.
or debit card?
We have one debit card, it's only Bob and it's,
Well,
he's the only one who uses it.
Where is that at? Is that there?
no, I was looking for the gas purchase,
Oh, hey, Bobby. Go to the post office and get this for your dad. It's his name, your name. Just take, or give it to your mom and have her pick that up.
You can't get it out, right?
While everyone's looking at the bills, was there an agenda created for tonight? So I can follow along.
Just speak up.
While everyone's looking at the bills, was there an agenda for tonight? So I can follow along. Thank you. I just need
Everybody had a chance to look at the bills over?
I'm just gonna scan it in and then I'm gonna just scan it out.
Shorter
Give me just a second and then you guys can have this one too. Thank you.
Oh, it's supposed to be the insurance store?
There you
You know, if you hand this stuff out a couple days early, you can go through this and that time you look it over.
Oh, that's worthless comp bill.
Just the one, but you guys, I've got it. I just got clean.
It's the same, it's one page.
Oh, is it?
I believe. No play basketball.
No. I'm good. Thank you, that'll help. We won't follow it anyway.
There's nothing else.
Still be an hour.
Who seconded the motion about tabling the minutes on October second?
I did.
Who made the motion?
Yeah.
Not quite half.
Well, she's going through the bills, if you look over the financial report, what's the next thing that's on the agenda? Is that gas for electric bill? There's probably one check for a bunch of them. Yeah, all the invoices should use
Make it look good. He'll give a shit.
You don't have to make it to you, make it to a point. That's what I'm saying. I know, I understand that. But that's not, only if I wanted to.
Well, maybe you can give us some insight where you can,
Here's the last statements from Apex for the last year. Progressively increased from $1,000 maybe a couple weeks to, well, the one before that was $9,000.
They're supposed to go the other way.
Well, what I did is I asked for itemized billing. They've not done that. Okay. Because, it's gotten out of hand, and the other thing is, you can't get them to. Okay, like there's 7 years the month before, and we had a total of 81 hours between August 26th and September 15th. That's 20 days, 2 weeks work, 20 days. That's a lot of hours. For when the guy comes once a week for 3 hours. And then the mileage, 1,900 hours mileage.
That's, we're getting paid. We don't put those things.
True, but what I'm saying is I brought them all in here so people can review them to see where it's going.
There we go. Maybe somebody will open.
Well, there is no one.
Because they know that's all we got.
Gordy, out of this money, did Apex come to a committee meeting and initial O&M evaluation, what does that mean?
It says that on every statement. I have on your statements right there from Apex. They progressively have gone from 1,000 to 8,000 a month.
I heard you saying that, I just wondered what, yeah.
Well, I want the council to know that I asked them for itemized billing, and they've not got back to me. And it's been a couple weeks, I've asked them twice, that when you're paying them for 3 weeks, and they charge you 80 hours for 3 weeks, that's a lot of hours. $1,900 mileage.
Well, that's why I was asking for a committee meeting, and I didn't know if they needed.
That says it's automatic on every statement.
Oh,
And they have it,
and I knew the O&M was months ago.
the only one that's ever showed up has been one operator. He shows up on Friday. Water operators never been.
You haven't tried to address them before now, or?
Yeah.
And what they say?
Yeah, they haven't got back with me.
Well, how long did you try to address
In
them?
the last month, I've asked them twice, and Vicky has asked them for itemized billing, and they said they'll get back with us. But they haven't. And I asked Michael, as the guy comes on Friday, he says that he's missed one Friday for coming. But he's the licensed operator, and the problem is you do what he says. He's the one who makes the calls. He's the boss.
It's a license. Is that? At the end of the day, it's a license.
Right, but they're not responsible for the outcome.
Oh, I know. No operator is. They can charge it whatever, and I don't agree with it, but.
Well, for 3 weeks, $1,800 mileage is a lot of money.
I think that Lisa's Ruby's working on goals, I think. I don't know what
up the detail on that.
Well,
Yeah.
we couldn't get her to write the information that we needed for that. To shut the water off. She didn't do it, so we had to cancel that job, okay? The day we canceled, okay, the morning of that job, the DEP showed up to see if we were doing it without the required paperwork. So who the hell called DEP?
What's the
to tell
required,
them?
wait a minute, what's the required paperwork?
You gotta have door hangers so many hours ahead
We
of
already
time.
know that, that's part of procedure, that's the way it works.
Yeah, but her responsibility is to write it.
No,
That's your
that's, we've always done it in the past,
We've always
Gordy.
done it.
We have?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we
For what time did we shut the water out that we did?
Well, let's say Ryan Circle,
Yeah.
No, that was emergency.
we still had to send memos out.
That was
to say that we're
emergency.
gonna- We still had to boil water,
That's after the
we were
fact.
supposed to do it before you even dug it up.
That's after the fact.
You're supposed to do it before the fact,
No,
every time. Yes.
you're,
Gordy, I've been through it 1,000 times.
you've never been through it once in an emergency.
Yes, I have.
Have the
You
email
can't-
from
You can't hand them out
DEP
ahead of
that
time.
states
We
that.
fixed the
Gordy,
problem.
we just did, across from Daily Mart, that hook up there, they had a leak in it. We shut it down, and it was leaking, and it was sucking dirt in. We put a Mandate out, we're gonna boil water before.
Who's we?
I think Scott Gleason was working that day, and Chris.
So years ago.
That's a procedure, that's how long I've been involved, that's how it works.
All right, well, all I know is she's the one that does it, not us.
It's never been,
Well, that's your opinion.
Crowley never did it,
Oh my
no
God.
operator ever did it, but whatever.
Why don't you bring them in, Mansell, and show us who signed off on them?
I signed off some of them,
You did? So bring us copies of them, please.
I gotta dig them out.
She forwarded the template, we only got like 12 or 15 that have to be done.
You have like 6.
So why didn't we do it?
She has to do it.
No, she
No,
doesn't.
she doesn't.
Okay, all right. You call her up and tell her she don't have to do it.
She's telling us.
That's why she sent it to Robert and you to do, she sent you the template.
You guys got
That's her job.
Your
So we're
opinion,
gonna have a
your
pissing
opinion.
contest
You don't-
over $800?
Who's her boss? We are. When you tell her to do something,
Yeah, but
she
she's
does
gonna
it.
charge us $800.
Just to travel up here.
No.
No, just to do them,
No.
sit home
It
and do
takes
them.
20 minutes for her to fill it. All she has to do is put the date on it.
It take us 10
and sign
minutes.
it. It takes her 10 minutes. That's her job.
I
I'm not gonna argue.
I haven't seen her job description, so
Well, her job description is
whatever
is
you
So
do.
we're not
outlined in the
fixing this
contract.
because of 6 letters that have to go out.
No, we're not fixing it because she's not done the paperwork for DEP, period.
Six letters, and we already have the
She only
template.
makes one letter up, but we make copies of it and hand it out.
We didn't,
We
We
can't make a
didn't.
copy of something we don't have.
she sent you it,
She did not.
she sent you the template, I saw it,
No.
I got the email,
Well, print it out and show us then,
why should I have to print it out?
because you're the one that's questioning it. But anyway,
I'm questioning
so
everything.
payment of the bills,
I would think you were involved in that too, last time we did that, handing those papers out late at night.
Yeah.
And they said if we didn't do it, we would've been fined thousands of dollars, so lucky we did do it. That's procedure.
yeah, but that was after the fact. That was not
Oh,
before the
Lord,
meeting.
yes, you do it before the fact.
Payment of the bills, I need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, President yes. Vice President absent. Michelle?
Yeah.
Thank you. Cleo?
Yes.
No.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansell?
No.
How are we gonna pay that Babs Gallon?
4-2.
Babs Gallon, she's $33,000 in arrears.
Who's this?
That woman working with the EPA.
We haven't paid her either?
We paid her a bit,
Well, that should've been part of the bills. The pay,
only 4,000.
just 4,000, of the 30,000.
Borough financial report, did you look that over?
Where's Vicky? I thought she was gonna come this meeting.
The accountant.
That's her opinion.
You're bad.
Well, they're looking over the financial report. We'll move on to public comment on agenda items only. Anyone got a comment?
Do you have agendas for the rest of us?
It's on the door out there.
No,
it's not.
It's on the front door
It's
yesterday.
October.
That's October's.
It's on the front door
It's October's.
yesterday.
And if you did, it was after 6:15 p.m.
Any comments on the agenda?
Yeah, we need them.
I just, let me see how many are here I got left.
You gave us 2.
Huh? No, I don't say it.
Everybody take a screenshot.
Okay, then, Jenny out there, 35.
I know, but I didn't bring my glasses.
You didn't motion to pay the bills?
Yeah, we paid the bills. Yeah, we're.
I just went to the insurance,
This is at the top agenda, November 7th.
I got November 6th.
Excuse me, November 6th, it says agenda. Right there.
That's mine.
Yeah,
Where's mine?
what's that say right there?
That's it?
No, it's October
No, I don't got it.
16th.
It's
There it
there.
is.
Sorry about that.
There's 2 more if anyone's interested in looking at them.
We'll pass them out.
Okay. Need a motion for the financial report? 6. One more time. Let me check one more time.
Is it on the back?
No, just from the two. You only gave us the first one, really? We'll get the second one to you here in a minute.
You gonna table the financial report or?
I'm sorry. Because we have a lot of, because we've talked about it, because we have a couple that are single people. When do you call the police and have them go check to see if they probably are? Now, we have one lady, we watch her go with her dog, or we watch her drive away in her car. But I'm not sure when I've become concerned enough to
Roll
call
call
the police to
vote,
go check.
President, yes. Vice President, absent. Michelle?
I don't have them.
This is a motion to accept the financial report.
I know, but I don't have the financial report.
So then don't vote.
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
She'll have.
Oh, okay, okay. So you, okay.
Thurman?
Upstate?
Yeah.
Okay. Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
No.
Hank?
Yeah.
Mansell?
No, I didn't get time to look it over, or ask questions.
Okay, 1, 2, 3 to 2.
That must be the 290,000.
Back to public comments, agenda items only. Any comment? No comments. Department reports, fire department got a report here today?
Today?
Nope, still got, okay. You got a police report with you? Or just hours?
Well, we had 82 total incidents for the month, put on 1,542 miles.
Is this all three communities or just?
Yep, and that's all three. Yep, that's all three.
Okay. We got a certified letter from the township, I guess that would be the time to read it, wouldn't it? Or to have it, wanna look it over? Of increasing the hourly rate for the services, 50% from $40 an hour to 60, this one says 65. I thought this one said 60, but maybe I misread it. To 65, so that's over a 50% increase. If anybody's interested in commenting on that, Borough Council members?
We need to look at it
How the hell is 40%
digest it.
over 50%? I don't know.
When is there service on?
He's not a mathematician, he's sure, but sure he can't even count
Service on.
the votes.
There is no end date or whatever.
And if you call him, it'll be reoccurring.
So what that letter's saying is it's gonna cost us $65 an hour for a cop?
Costing us $40 an hour now.
When was the last thing we voted on there, buddy?
Financial report.
Financial report.
To accept that or not?
Yes.
And it was 33?
3 to 2.
I figured it out.
Michelle abstained.
Michelle,
Michelle
That's
abstained.
a no,
That's a no.
right?
well,
So it'll be
I've said that in the past, but everybody argued with me.
Well, that's your word.
Okay.
So 3 to 3, and then it's up to Chris to break that tie.
Well, Christopher, you wanna take a shot at that?
I accept the financial report.
Okay. Mayor? Yes. Thank you for the police report.
You're welcome.
Mayor's report.
Yeah, I wanna bring attention to the council that are, and a lawyer contacted you guys last Wednesday, November 1st, on EPA issues. And she'd like to get us all in the room together on the phone and discuss the administrative order. So there's 3 dates, the 13th, 15th, and 16th. We need to pick a date, and we all need to be there. I encourage the council to be there. It is, the unilateral administrative order involves the District of Justice, and you guys will see in the email that the civil penalties will apply up to minimum $25,848 a day. So what it does, it takes all flexibility away from us. So I think it's important that everybody joins that call and talks. And on top of that, I've been working with getting a quote to help us on the O&M manual. And a guy named Andy Politzner from highly recommended. And I have the quote. So basically, he's gonna be a liaison if we go that route between the lawyers, the council, Mike, Apex, and get us administratively and come up with a plan to update our water and our sewer system.
To update the manuals.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, whatever it needs,
On
whatever.
water.
No, this is all sewer.
I thought we already did the sewer.
And we did the water. This is all sewer. So.
This one's sewer?
This one's all sewer, yes.
Okay, the last one was water.
Last one was water.
Yeah, I thought it was the other way
So
around.
the plan is that you gotta have, that these, unless somebody can spend like we did over Christmas time, hundreds of hours of trying to get all this down to figure it out. This guy, has a little bit better understanding. His resume is pretty thick. I encourage council to take it seriously because these deadlines are coming, whether it's a unilateral order or if it's if we sign the AOC. And I encourage council that we sign the AOC.
Chico, we have we're pretty much set for Monday. That's our
Okay.
date that we're gonna have.
That's the 13th.
13th.
Okay, if there's gonna be more, if there's gonna be a quorum there, we'll have to advertise that as a public meeting.
We don't.
And then we can advertise the public meeting, go into executive session and do the phone.
We're just gonna listen to the lawyer. He's gonna do.
Well, you can't have more than.
Well,
you
the
can't have
lawyer
a
being
quorum.
EPA, Pam
You're not
Lansdale,
making any
she wants to
decisions.
try to,
Right,
you know,
you
let
can't-
us know that, how big the deal this is.
You can't deliberate, you can't deliberate. Once
Chris.
you deliberate,
Are we
I
gonna
believe
Zoom?
this can be classified as a
So-
workshop.
so in order to have a quorum there, I can advertise it as a
We're not-
special meeting,
We're not gonna make any decisions. We're just listening.
but you're deliberating.
No.
No, we're not.
No,
We're
you're
not
just
decisions.
listening.
Well, let's
So,
I would love to at
So do you want to,
allow the public to get an opportunity to
wanna-
understand what it is that you guys talk about.
Is it-
just show up.
That would be great.
Is it a Zoom meeting? Are we each doing it at our house? or
That
what are
hasn't
we
been
doing?
set up, they just wanted a date first, right?
Yeah.
They just
Well,
wanted
you-
a date and time.
If you think you need a meeting, Gordy, I mean, if we got enough time, do it. If not, we still gotta do it.
It has to happen, guys.
Yeah.
But we gotta amend the agenda too, because we asked to put stuff on the
We
agenda.
don't want the district of justice involved in this. If we can control our destiny, we should try to control it. This
But
is
I
critical.
I feel we should advertise as a meeting, then go into executive session and do whatever we gotta do.
However you wanna do it, that's up to
Whatever,
council.
we still gotta meet, so it
Do
doesn't
you
matter.
intend to
vote on the
conduct
date.
business?
You gotta vote on the date.
Okay?
What date did you want?
So far, it's the 13th.
That's a week from,
Which one day?
That's Monday,
okay.
after 6 or something.
6 o'clock.
We all good?
Somebody make a motion for next Monday.
Make a motion for a Zoom meeting or whatever it is for EPA, DEP on the 13th, 6 o'clock.
They typically use Teams,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
we'll probably use Teams.
Okay.
Just send out a
What,
link.
we got an issue with that. Okay, if we advertise it as the meeting, that's when the ad's gotta be in by, is the 13th, Monday, the deadline's 5 PM. It'll come out on Wednesday,
So.
so we could advertise it for Thursday.
No.
No.
Why can't we just classify it as a work session?
Yeah, with,
Yes,
It's
I
gotta
agree,
happen.
I agree with you.
Chico,
So,
yeah.
this is just an information gathering meeting,
This is
This is
just,
so
basically
therefore,
telling
if
us-
you're not conducting business, there's no reason you couldn't have the whole council there.
You can't deliberate, you cannot think about it.
But you
What-
can
if you're
discuss.
just gathering information,
I'm,
that's not
I'm just telling
deliberating.
you, if there's, then you don't need a quorum there to gather information.
So what is your intention with the executive session, if I may ask?
we can't have an executive session, cause if,
Could you listen in an executive session, and then you make a decision, then you come out and you
What
vote on
kind of
it?
decision are we talking
You
about?
vote on it.
They're
So,
telling you what
you wanna
gotta
fly it
do.
without a?
What is it gonna be?
You wanna fly it
Is what
without
we're
a-
asking, what's this for?
This is for the O&M manual, working with EPA, who's putting together
Revising.
our O&M manual, actually creating one. And we have certain deadlines that we gotta hit to bring our sewer plant up to date, okay? So basically what happens is we don't sign this AOC document, the DOJ and DEP and EPA come with this unilateral, which is a lot more stiffer. They basically said, you gotta have a new freaking whatever down there by this date. If you don't get it, they just start finding you.
They can't,
25,000
first
a
of all, they can't find us.
Alright, Chico's saying you can find us, and you're saying you can't.
Made it for themselves.
Because we are already over our capacity. We are out of permit because we use too much water. It's an automatic default, Woody.
What do you mean, we use too much water?
Too much sewer is coming in. We're
got
over.
money.
Change, that's not gonna change.
Right, but then why not work with them so they will get
That's
that?
true,
Well,
I
that's
don't
what
have a
I'm
truth,
doing.
but they have to go to a
Hey, I
judge
need one.
to get the judge to find us. They
No,
don't find us.
once you do that, the district of justice is involved.
We wanna amend the agenda.
I just want us to get together to
Okay,
understand.
I understand that, okay? Now, so we're not, first of all, we have an O&M manual, and the plan hasn't changed since we got the O&M manual.
sewer?
Yes, the plan hasn't changed since the seventies, we have an O&M manual.
Yes, there's different rules and regulations since the seventies.
Okay, we're not talking about rules and regulations, we're talking
How
about
how many
maintenance.
times you test?
No, O&M manual is the maintenance.
Well, and it hasn't changed yet, you're
But he
saying?
wants a commitment tonight.
So, we're gonna vote on Monday, the
No, we're gonna
13th,
have a
6
meeting on
p.m.
Monday at 6 p.m.
Okay, so in other words, the people that can make it, the people that not, don't.
It said that he wants everybody there, is what it says.
They wish that everybody would be there.
They want a commitment
I
from
would-
us tonight
Okay.
that we will be attending this.
I'll be there.
Well,
You guys
we
decide.
want to amend the agenda because you wouldn't let us put anything on it, we sent it to Terry, and it didn't show up on the agenda. So we got a list of stuff that we want on there, and this might clear up some of these issues.
Okay, so anyways, it's gonna be 6 p.m. and you're gonna notify them.
Yeah. yeah.
Okay,
I-
everybody's happy.
Chico.
I'll send an email.
On
out
Monday,
to,
6
council.
Mansell.
Okay.
Can I just ask a question? Did you guys, like, what are you guys gonna do about the police thing? Cause you didn't talk about that much. Are you gonna,
We
you
gotta
guys
figure
vote
it
on
out,
that? What do you
yeah.
talk about the contract? Like, do you
Well,
guys,
Dude,
I mean,
we don't have a choice.
so you're gonna pay it regardless of what they want?
That's what they, either you find your own police department, or you don't have one, or you pay it.
Okay, so we're gonna pay them what they need to, and we're not gonna go try to find like the state police to come in and find coverage like
I don't know.
we tried to do before because we
Well,
were.
the bottom line is, the mayor said he's gonna talk to the township.
Mike, I'm gonna talk to Mike, I'm gonna see what's going, that's a lot more than I expected.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
then
we don't
you-
need a decision right now.
Right, but just saying, so.
Oh, yeah, right now, he won't stop coverage.
Right.
Mike said he
Right,
would.
that's through the new
It
year,
says
that's the
January
new
1st.
year.
Right.
So if that's too much is what I'm asking you, if that's too much for our borough to pay, what are we gonna do for police coverage?
Well, we don't know what
Then
we
you
got.
rely on the best police department in the state police.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
You think $60-some an hour is so much, wait until you get their cost.
They don't charge you. They don't charge
They
you.
gotta come
To
here and do
answer
work.
your question, TJ, I don't know yet.
Okay,
We gotta let him talk
that's-
to Mike. I'll
Ambulance
contact
Association.
Wait, we got an agenda here, Gordy, also.
How come we can't afford to
You're just
have
ignoring
cop
Hey,
in this town?
so, the ambulance, received 20 calls this last month,
Somebody's eating steaks.
transported 16 patients.
16 transports, yep.
State trooper told me they come out any time.
If they're available.
Thank you.
Okay, now if we amend.
Borough Committee report.
As soon as the kids get wet for that, they'll be breaking in all places.
So you want.
I want a motion to amend agenda. I want issues on the agenda that you would put on. One, we need to vote on the acceptance to the ban on 57 Mechanic Street. That's in litigation. The attorney believes they got an agreement. As long as we agree to ask for an exception to DEP, then it falls back into their hands.
So explain this. 57, what is the
Mechanic
agreement? What's the agreement? Tell me
Is
what the
that
agreement is.
we will ask DEP amendment to the ordinance with the EDUs.
We
We're
don't-
gonna ask them for an exception to the rules and apply it to 57 Main Street. Based on the fact that there was 4 people living there before, there's gonna be 3 people living there, or 5 people there before. Now there's only gonna be 3 totally out of the 2 houses. So it's lower than it originally was, so we're gonna ask for a, special consideration or exception to the rule, or exception to the ban. So we need to have some kind of document or vote on it. Let's vote on that now, because if they want us to.
You want that added to the budget, or to the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, so you're making a motion to add,
The exception to the ban for 57 Mechanic Street.
you want it on the agenda?
Yes, then I wanna vote on it.
You want to put it, you want to vote it and have it put on the agenda?
Yes.
Make a motion to do that.
I make a motion to put the exception to the ban for 7 Mechanic Street.
No, you want to add it to the agenda.
Would you
All
like
right,
to read it?
a motion. All right, I want to add it to the agenda.
Okay.
For 57 Mechanic Street, exception to the ban.
What is that?
We're just gonna ask DEP,
Okay.
whether they give us an EDU so they can hook up. That's simple.
So what,
There's other 7 or 8 people on that list.
I have it.
All on that list.
What's that?
there's other people ahead of them on the list.
Oh, tomorrow.
The
On the
EDU
list.
Is that an ordinance?
For hookups.
We're not talking about ordinance. DEP recommended we have a list of people in order for EDUs. Okay? We have an official list. In the borough council,
It isn't an ordinance.
it's not saying it's an ordinance, we have a list that we go by.
That
No.
list is wrong
That's,
and
and
illegal.
What's wrong with the list?
DEP never said, agree to that either, so.
All I know is,
The motion, it was all voted on. So we're gonna,
every time we add somebody to the list, it's voted on.
all we're saying is,
We voted to add you to the list.
yeah, cause I thought it was all fun and games, it's still fun and games, because that's not how it
Okay,
works.
and another thing is, who owns the property we're talking about?
I have no idea.
You're discussing this topic and it has not been added.
Right, okay, so Mansell wants to add that to the agenda.
Yes.
Okay, I need a second for that.
I'll second it.
Okay. Seconded by Cindy. President, no. Michelle,
No, agenda, sorry.
what'd you say?
Yeah, add to the agenda.
Okay.
Sorry, it was something.
Cleo,
We're voting on whether to add that.
to the agenda.
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
Mansell,
Yes.
5-1 to add to the agenda. Find a place here to put that.
We need to.
That would be down, that would come under water and sewer. We'll discuss that under water and sewer.
Well, if we could have added it, we could have did it that way, but.
Okay, add 57. Okay.
Where's the second part of the agenda?
Agenda.
Where's the second part of the agenda? Anthony wants to.
We need to add another one, a motion to add to another agenda.
What else you want on there?
I wanna vote on signing the administration order for DEP.
What's it, she got a copy of that?
You got a copy of the administration order?
What?
Administration order for what?
No, yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
look at it.
Well-
Look at it.
Oh, no, I don't have it. Oh, yes, I do. Hold on. Here it is.
It's,
Sorry.
it's not really administration order, yeah.
They've got some things in there they've gotta change that, Apex isn't agreeing with and neither is Lisa.
So we just want, a signing of that, saying that we're willing to sign the agreement between EPA, DEP, our attorney.
We need a commitment
We
tonight.
need a
For what is that?
Yeah.
Times
to agree to their proposal and not take any.
What proposal?
So
It's right there.
this is the administrative order that met the borough
It's right next to it.
council. So it's the administrative order that they proposed, that we've been working with Lisa on, that we decided not to sign. Okay? Because we didn't sign, the next step is a unilateral order, that's what I talked
So
about.
is this where we're gonna talk about the 13th?
Oh, yeah.
This is it?
But they
Yeah,
want,
but
So why are we
they-
signing
They
this
want a
before
prior
we discuss
They
it on
want
the
a,
13th?
they want a
They're
commitment.
after the 13th.
they want a prior
They
commitment.
want it
They've been
tonight.
asking us to sign for a while,
We voted not to sign it.
as far as I understand, yes.
Okay, so that's been done. We voted not to sign it.
So that can be discussed.
But this meeting is gonna be about.
That's what it's gonna be about.
All this,
So why are we
It's
jumping
coming
in?
whether you like it or not, Gordon.
Doesn't
It's
make any
coming.
sense.
they want prior that we're on board and we're willing to do this.
Do whatever it takes.
We got no
Listen to
choice.
clients.
So why are we having a meeting the 13th?
To explain to what the final results are.
Because Pam Lazos wants to explain everything on her end.
She wants.
What are we doing as a borough? And she's trying to throw us a bone. That's what I see.
Go ahead, Hank, you know.
No,
Okay?
she could say it perfectly.
Okay, so someone make a motion to add that to the minutes.
I'll make a vote. Go ahead.
Michelle, I'm going to add that, please, the DEP administrative order.
I'll second that. Thank you.
We're gonna add it to the agenda.
Yeah. And we're gonna have a vote, somebody's gonna sign their names, that we were in agreement at this meeting.
That's already been added. That's already been voted down.
Well, we're gonna vote again.
We have to have a commitment tonight before we leave.
So why are we having a meeting the 13th?
They're gonna explain
They're gonna
the end
explain.
of what happened.
Why
after
do you
the
sign
lawsuit.
something before they explain it?
They want a commitment, we're going to sign
Just
it.
going, yeah, there you go.
Both lawyers, our lawyer and theirs.
So we're not signing it tonight if we got a,
No, it's just a commitment.
where, show me the commitment.
You're saying that you're in agreement to have our attorney to do this job for us. That's all you're saying. And whatever the results are, we agree to it.
So then we're not having anything to do with that. All we're gonna do is make a motion to have our attorney review it.
Or make it-
By signing this acknowledgement, Lawrenceville Borough Council does hereby commit to signing the EPA administrative order issued and adhering to the issues in the order by the EPA.
So
We
what he
don't-
said is not right.
We don't have a choice.
But they
Is
want a
what it
prior
is.
commitment to the meeting.
They want it prior to the meeting so that they know we're going to appear at the meeting. They wanna know we're on board and we're taking this seriously.
Okay, read me the, what you want added to the agenda.
Yeah, this,
That by signing this acknowledgement, Lawrenceville Borough Council does hereby commit to signing the EPA administrative order.
Write that out for me, please.
Oh, here.
yeah, we could just sign that one, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's, I just have to fax it, email it, and she just wants us,
He wants to put it
oh.
in the minute.
Right,
No, we gotta vote on adding this to the minutes.
right,
Just the top part,
yeah.
You'll be adding it to the agenda, not the minute.
excuse me.
I need a raise. You better get a lottery ticket. You got a lawyer.
We got a first and second, we just need a vote.
I'm not a lawyer. I didn't have any.
And who was first? Michelle?
Michelle?
Yeah.
The second?
Ansel?
Okay.
Yeah, we asked to keep on the agenda prior to the meeting, that's what they were.
What I want added is, the wording is, by signing this acknowledgement, Lawrenceville Borough Council does hereby commit to signing the EPA administrative order issued in adhering to the issues in the order by the EPA. So, we're voting on something that we don't know what it says.
Well, we all know what it says. All they're gonna do is give us the end details. We're gonna have to say yes or no. If we say no, we get up to $25,000 a day fine, so that's our option. There is no
That's
option.
fine, that's fine. But I don't, nobody here knows what it says. Okay. So roll call vote. Gordy, no. Michelle?
Yeah.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansell?
Yes.
Okay, 5-1 added.
And we need to sign
You should sign that.
Now you have to vote on something.
that. Okay, we got more of them. Since we're here. We'll vote on sign those two things?
Sign it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll vote on sign, we'll do those two things first.
That's gotta come under water.
Which
We're
one?
not there yet.
You're not there yet.
Okay. We also gotta make a motion, or add to the agenda that Chris Davis has the right to sign documentation to approve that document. So you would also have to sign that document. which you said-
Part of her email, yeah.
Yeah. So we make a motion,
So
or
you
add
wanna,
to the agenda.
you wanna extend the mayor's duties?
Yes.
To sign that?
Yes,
So put that into a motion.
we need to add to the agenda.
Put that
Add
right
it
in
to
for
the
me.
agenda.
To add that to the agenda.
I'll just put it in, extend in, Chris Davis'
Duties.
duty. He'll be the signer, also the signer. of the
Guys,
document.
my live feed, because of the sidebar conversations, is actually unable, and I am unable to hear the council members speak, so if you could do those out there, so that
Thank you.
I agree, we can actually hear. Thank you.
Signing, what?
Any document that needed signed for EPA
No, extending his
duties.
obligation, or his duties to.
Include signing.
Yep.
Documents.
Documents. You put
Is that any,
administrative order,
okay. And that's sewer, right?
It pertains to sewer.
Yeah.
Is that?
Recorder going? Recorder's did you turn that on?
Yep. Oh, it's running.
Okay.
Yeah, just he wants it. right?
No.
And, well, we can all sign that now, I guess. That's a different one, all right?
Mhm.
That's to make you. This is administrative order too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so Chris can sign that. You can sign
Okay, you
that.
wanna add this to the agenda?
Yep.
All right. Need a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
To add it to the agenda. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote. President, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Cleo?
Clarify, what's it, and what to the
Well,
agenda?
it's extending Chris Davis's duties to include signing any documents for EPA administrative orders.
Yes.
So what it basically does is it eliminates anything between now, it's totally up to him. It doesn't, we're out of the picture now, the council, correct? Is that right? We don't need a meeting on the 13th.
Yes, we do.
I would suggest we all do that.
As long as it's, Chris is the only one that's gotta meet with him.
No.
Oh my God. I think
They
you
want to-
misread that, Mr. Chilson.
Yeah.
I think that's offering and extending Chris into it. Now we're all confused.
Okay, roll call, we guess we did a roll call.
I need a vote on it?
6-0. Okay.
Did we?
You didn't vote on
We
that.
didn't vote on that.
We voted on this?
No.
No, you
We
didn't.
voted on adding it to the
Yeah.
agenda. Then we put it down under water and sewer.
Okay. So we need to sign that. You might as well get that signed now, Chris. Cindy, Hank, myself. Gordy.
So you can have a roll call vote?
For what? We added it 6-0.
No, you didn't.
I did
think
vote
so.
on that.
Thank you.
What did we vote on 6-0?
That was,
Before that.
That was some time ago.
that was for the meeting.
To add it to the agenda.
Right. And now we're voting on Chris to add.
Michelle made the motion.
Yeah.
Cindy seconded it. You started to do the vote, and when you got to
I
Cleo.
got the
Stop the
motion by
Cleo.
Michelle, and I got Cindy second, and I got the vote 6-0, wrote down.
It's not,
Okay,
it's
so-
not correct.
Mr. Russell did not
All
vote.
right, revote, just revote.
Recall vote.
Cleo asked a question, and that's where it stopped.
That's where it stopped.
Yep.
Thank you.
What was the question you asked?
He wanted you to
I
explain.
don't know what that was for, I understand now. I voted yes.
Everybody voted yes.
No, it stopped with me.
Thank you,
You
Cleo.
got Cindy, Mansell, and Hank there.
Okay, Cindy,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
Mansell,
Yes.
all right, 6-0, water and sewer.
Good. To put it on there.
Okay. Borough committee reports.
Well, we got some more things to add to the agenda. You ready?
Go for it.
We would like to hire a secretary and to start the office up as soon as we can.
I'd like a motion for Mansell to, or for the for the personnel committee to, advertise, for secretary applications.
It's already been advertised.
Okay, we've got none.
I know, but I have a person that's willing to work.
Well, let's have the
Get
personnel
the
committee
resume
interview.
in.
Interview.
They have to put a resume in.
That's not what I understand. I mean, we could call a lawyer up and ask him.
Well, we can't very well interview him without a resume
Yes,
or a
always-
name.
Well, she worked
Always
for us
interview
before.
somebody.
Penny Jeffers said that she would come back to work, to try to get everything straightened out for us, as soon as we can, as soon as we want her here. We need to open the office up and start taking business out of this borough office instead of Knoxville. So my proposal is to add that to the agenda and take a vote that we hire Penny Jeffers until we put it in the paper and get somebody different.
We'll interview her the personnel committee will interview her, okay, and then they'll bring a recommendation back to the Borough Council next month.
We still can take a vote.
You wanna add it, you.
I want to add it to the agenda,
Okay.
and I want a roll call vote on whether we hire her or not.
Well, that,
Well, that's,
you gotta interview her.
No, well, I'm not waiting a month because we don't got a month. We got problems here.
What are the problems?
A lot of problems. Nobody knows what's going on. You don't even know what's going on.
All I know is that we don't have a secretary, okay? We
Right.
don't have a resume.
Right.
You know, Pat.
Why don't we have a secretary?
Because nobody applied for the job.
Well, I'm telling you, we got
Pat,
one.
you know.
You had a couple already here, and it's like they're here and gone.
Well, there's
That's-
reasons why
that's-
she quit.
People run them off, sorry.
So we're putting on the agenda, and we'll let
Okay.
you work it out. I want to add it to the agenda, and we're here to hire a secretary,
Okay, we'll add it to the agenda,
okay?
okay? And then have her turn in a resume.
Well,
That's the way it works.
Well, any way you want it to work, I still have the right to do what I think works.
All right, so make a motion to add Penny, or add a
I
secretary.
make a motion to add to the agenda to hire Penny Jeffers as a secretary.
No, you gotta put it on the agenda.
Add it to the agenda. To hire a secretary
Name Penny Jeffers.
named Penny Jeffers.
Add to agenda
And this could be an emergency
add-
situation.
to advertise,
No, I didn't say anything about advertising.
No,
or if you get a better application.
we
Well,
have.
then we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
That's why we gotta put
All
on
right,
the
we'll
agenda
hire
to
her
advertise.
temporarily. We'll put temporarily.
Add to agenda to advertise for,
Penny Jeffers will be temporary secretary.
Y'all don't email each other before you get here about the agenda?
Yeah.
today.
Oh, today?
Today.
No.
Okay, but your agenda was behind you, so you easily
The
could
agenda
have
was done
met
yesterday.
10 minutes
Yeah, they-
before we started and
Add to
hashed this
agenda to
out.
advertise for secretary.
Yeah, we don't get the privies of adding to
Uh,
the agenda.
Is the police officer
You-
here?
you didn't get
Would
one
be
in
in
the
charge
email?
of
Not till
that.
now, I mean, we're not allowed to.
You didn't get, no, borough president makes the agenda.
His
Okay.
We
president.
can add to it.
Yes.
We're just
Okay.
discussing.
So I need a motion to advertise for secretary.
Yeah.
To add to it, to the agenda to advertise
No.
for
Is
secretary.
there
Add to the agenda, to hire Penny Jeffers as a secretary.
You gotta put it on the agenda first.
That's what I wanna
That's what
do.
we're doing.
You
wanna-
did this with Miss Dana, why is it a
Okay.
problem now?
So what do you wanna add to the, you wanna add,
And to hire Penny
you,
Jeffers.
that's the motion that you make after you get it on the agenda.
Okay, Penny Jeffers, I mean secretary. To hire a secretary, is that better?
Okay,
What's the
well,
difference?
you don't, not to hire one, you gotta advertise for one. You just
How
don't
would you
hire
word it,
We need to
Gordy?
hire
I
somebody.
just said,
He just
put on
said,
the, add to, excuse me, you're okay. To add to the agenda to advertise for a secretary for Lawrenceville Borough.
In the meantime, we need to hire somebody now. So I don't care how you put it.
Okay?
It's called
Okay.
emergency
Lucy
hire.
just-
Lucy just said it,
Cancel.
emergency hire.
Can I interject for just a second? Make the motion to advertise, and then when that motion's up there, make a motion to hire a temporary secretary until
After you get it on the agenda.
that's what I just said, wasn't it?
Don't do that.
Tell him, don't tell me.
I just did.
What?
So.
I need
get
a
it
motion
on the
to
agenda
advertise
now,
for a secretary.
Okay.
And then.
Be added to
when
the
you're
agenda.
discussing it, temporarily hire Penny.
Okay, yeah. All right, that works. Whatever, right. It don't matter to me.
You don't hire anybody without interviewing them.
Well, okay, temporarily.
That's your opinion.
Isn't she a former
That's your opinion,
borough
okay.
employee? May I
So
ask
anyway,
for
I
clarification?
got a motion on the,
She's
I
a
got-
former borough employee?
I need a motion to put that on the agenda.
I make the motion to put hiring.
Is she gonna be doing the water
on the
bills?
agenda.
If she becomes
I second it.
secretary?
just wait.
I just don't want my water bill screwed up again.
Roll call vote, President, yes. Michelle,
Yeah,
Cleo,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
Mansell.
Yes.
Okay, 6-0. That would come under personnel and appointment.
Did Mayor Chris vote on this?
Okay, back to the Borough
He doesn't
Committee.
need to.
I was trying to
We got
get
more.
6 votes from 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes. It's hard to hear her too.
A motion to add to the agenda is to reopen the office, and the council can get the keys from Mr. Chilson or Bob Penzo to have it open, that all council members are allowed to come in and leave. And if you choose not to let us in, we'll put that on the agenda and we'll go from there.
Write that one down, please. You gotta, add on.
So that would be to add to the agenda,
Excuse me, we'll handle it.
Oh,
Add
you
to
did a great
agenda,
job.
Reopen office. Is that good?
Reopen and allow council members to office by sharing keys. Okay, I need a motion for that,
I make a motion
to add this.
to the agenda.
Yep, I'll second.
Roll call vote. President, yes. Michelle?
Yeah.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yeah.
Mansell?
Yes.
Yes.
Wouldn't have voted again.
Okay, 6-0.
Because
That would be
I was
under,
worried that that asshole's gonna stay out of it. Well, we don't need a minute until then.
Building,
Everybody will get another high water bill.
zoning, maybe, I don't know.
building committee.
Do what?
Building committee? Building committee, okay.
We got one more.
I know for 4 months. I had
The
problems.
motion to add
It's been right every
to the
month.
agenda,
And then if Secretary
Check
comes
sign.
here and I start getting a high water bill, I'm gonna flip.
So you wanna add people to the finance committee?
well, check sign or whatever you wanna call it.
Maybe on the finance committee?
Well,
I don't
whatever.
see any need for that.
No.
Well, we just wanna make,
Another month,
You have your own check sign this
Well-
year.
month and a half or 2 months, they'll have.
but,
Oh, no.
well, it all falls in together, so we wanna make a motion to ask for 3 new check signers.
You want
Or 2
the check
more.
signers that are on there now removed, and you want 3 new ones.
Well, not all of them, but some. But we wanna be able to, ability to say, yes, we can do that, or we can't.
That doesn't have anything to do with check signing checks.
Well, yeah, because if you refuse to sign it, we can't do anything.
Who have I received, if the check is approved, you have to sign it. If it's not approved, you don't sign it,
Well-
bottom line.
But you gotta approve it.
I know, I'm one vote. I'm one vote to approve it. How many votes do I get to approve it?
Yeah, but they're all signed even before we approve them.
None of them are signed.
They're not signed?
Yeah, they have to be signed by 2 people,
I just signed it.
Okay,
I
okay?
think I had a second person sign.
so what's wrong with adding another person or 2?
Well, I don't have a
Say
problem.
you have to,
They gotta be on
first of
a,
the year's gonna be changed.
yeah,
Well,
My
I
name's gonna have
know,
to be
but-
taken off
I mean,
anyway.
they're gonna
Well,
we're gonna sign checks one more time, December.
But if we hire somebody, in the meantime, you choose not to pay them, that's where the dilemma comes in.
No. The vote, everything is approved by the Borough Council, Mansell.
No, it isn't.
What isn't approved by the Borough
Woody,
Council?
I don't, there's so much stuff. that-
When have I refused to pay somebody?
Uh,
You vote every month not to pay anybody. You voted for a year not to pay
Because I have
anybody.
no idea what you're doing, or who you're paying, or why they're paying it.
The bills are right there and you vote not to pay the bills.
The night that we get them. We can't ask questions, we can't do anything,
You
Gordy.
you ask all the questions you want, you look them over as long as you want. You vote every month not to pay the electric bill, not to pay the help, not to pay the fire department,
No,
not to
because
pay
We don't
the
know what you're
police.
paying or what the total amount is.
It's not right to get them and have to sit here through a meeting and
You
try
know
to figure
exactly
out.
how much the police bill is every month, you know how much the
I don't
fire
even know,
department
I don't even know
bills.
who gets paid
You
what
can look at
anymore.
all these bills every month.
They don't make.
They don't tell you anything. Doesn't say what you bought.
It's right on the bill.
No, it isn't.
What's not on the bill?
If I go to Hall's and buy a bunch of stuff and I got a bill for $1,000, it doesn't break it down and say what you bought.
It certainly does.
No, it don't.
If I may, we just
Certainly
discussed
does.
I've
Apex
just
not
seen all
giving
that.
you an
Mansell,
itemized
that's the
invoice.
problem, you don't really have a clue what's going on in the borough.
This discussion's about adding this question to the
That's
agenda
done.
to
Anyway.
discuss later.
So you wanna add check signers,
Yes.
okay. What,
Well, when we get in discussion, we'll talk about it.
okay, so, write down what you want. Motion to add check signers.
Yes.
To the agenda.
Yes.
Here, Mansell. There's Halls.
Before there was nothing on them.
Huh? There's two.
I've seen them before, $1,300 and nothing, what they bought or anything.
There's some,
First of all, anything is purchased has to be approved. The only
That's
thing
why I
is-
don't approve it, because I don't know what the heck you're buying.
The only thing you buy that's not approved is $500 that Bob Penzone can spend for water and sewer. Everything else is approved.
Have you ever seen anything like that before? Oh, it says chainsaw, and it says sewer plant, it doesn't say what you bought.
No, it doesn't. This is sewer.
It just says sewer plant.
Okay, Bob Penzone can spend up to $500 at one time.
So is this Bob Penzone's
He approved
credit
it.
card?
He approved, yes, he approved it.
debit card.
That's a debit card payment, is that what you're telling me? That's
Is he
all?
the only one that
No,
approved
it's a
that?
charge.
Approve
That's a
that.
charge.
He's the only one that can approve that.
He's the only one that can buy without.
It's not
approval.
voted on, he just says, I'm gonna
Up
spend
to
this,
$500.
and spend it.
Up to $500 for sewer and water, only, nothing else.
Doesn't say what you're saying for.
This discussion is about adding
That's right.
something to the agenda.
This is just a charge, that's all it is, doesn't say who paid it.
Charge and balances with the check amount.
Yeah, but,
The person signed down there, we picked it up.
No,
no,
it's just a bill.
and it doesn't say what you
Well,
bought.
it's used to, they're supposed to sign it when they get it.
It doesn't say what you bought.
Let me see what that. What's that?
Okay, I got a motion to add check signers to the agenda. I need a motion.
I make a motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote. President, no. Michelle,
Yeah.
Money exchange.
Cleo,
You're adding it to the agenda.
yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Hake,
Yes.
Mansell.
Yes.
Okay, 5-1, Gordy, no. Now we'll go under. Add that to the finance committee. The other half of my agenda. You got the other half there?
Robert didn't approve these.
Huh?
Bob didn't approve these.
I know it.
He was working at the time.
Who signed the bottom there?
Wayne.
Huh?
Wayne.
Wayne Smith signed it? Penzo didn't sign it.
Penzo didn't go pick it up.
No, he didn't,
It was Wayne.
Wayne, yeah.
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 It's yours, Jen.
So we're ready to check out to those calls.
Better be already wrote.
It's all written right there.
Okay.
Got one signature on it, the second.
Stick that up where he's asking about power.
Could be folded.
Okay, what do you got next, Mansell?
That's it. Move off now. Then we go back and vote.
Borough Committee report, 24 Borough Committee proposal for the budget turned into the Finance Committee by Monday, November 13th. So if any of the committees meet and put together what they want, considered for the budget for 2024. Turn it over to the finance committee by next Monday, November 13th.
So you got like a sheet that we can look at?
You make up your own.
No.
You're not, first of all, you're not on any committees.
You said the council.
I said borough committees, proposed budgets.
Also, that means you.
I'm on every committee, I'm the president.
Yeah.
All right, library.
Don't matter, so I'll just change.
Yeah.
Good. Library's good, she said.
Okay, building enforcement and zoning. None?
Oh, wait, you got something, Diane?
Not turned in.
Huh?
Here's the Bryant's right there, proposed
What's that?
application. Application from the Bryant's.
For building permit? Yeah, is it zoning permit? Application?
Is that
We can move on, we can do it.
Is that-
Snow removal. This is what I have on permit.
This is for a fence, must be?
We say we already voted on that. Is that,
Excuse me?
the fence involved?
No, this is,
We already did that.
this is for the Bryant's next week, and that fence up.
Oh,
I heard the guy never showed up or something, so
what?
to put that, Matt Bryant's fence up over there.
Property lines aren't marked out. How far they are from the property lines or even where the house is.
The one from my fence, his house.
You know where it's going? You're happy with it? Yeah. About the back line is, and the far line is, he doesn't,
Same line is,
he's got no dimensions here.
Let me see, Greg.
Go ahead, keep moving on.
so you're not worried about.
He's your neighbor, right, Mike? Can we play up?
There should be, the back, there's a second page to the application, that's not filled out. It gives the property lines and,
Well, I mean, we're not supposed to be engineers, but.
well,
Well, I think this is offline.
I mean,
so,
Yeah, I said it.
you already said it? Oh, we're good.
Make sure it gets done.
so,
Let's go ahead and move on.
Move on.
you wanna vote on that?
You can.
Council, if you want,
You good with that, Cleo? I'll make a motion to approve the fence
for Bryant.
for Bryant's.
Second.
Second by Michelle.
He's got the material that's gonna be made out of them?
Chain link fence.
Michelle made the motion,
No.
She seconded it.
She seconded it.
and who made the motion?
I did.
Manzel.
Rick, who's our secretary? How tall is the fence?
5 foot. That's right.
That's a doorway, isn't it?
4 foot gate.
4 foot, I think.
Yeah.
Same as what mine is.
Okay. And that's going across the front or just down the sides?
It's going between front corner of my fence, back corner of their house.
And it's a chain link fence, it says it on there.
The back corner of my fence, across
The back of
the
their
back of
property?
the house.
Okay, so there's nothing across the front?
Nothing across, back there.
Yeah, he's showing you right here where it is. And there's also telling you it's a chain link fence there.
Where's your park all the
There's telling you
vehicles
it's
once you
110
get.
feet around I
fence
went
in
and looked
there.
at it, I thought, oh, damn, did.
But they didn't have anything more
Right here.
dimensions or whatever.
6:30
Yeah,
in the
but he
morning,
had a dig dog when I went
starting
there.
the truck up.
What's that?
We had
He's got a lot of buffer.
dig people there when I went over.
So they've already installed the fence?
I think that contractor didn't do well, did he?
It's not installed, no.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
They haven't been, since they showed me what they were gonna do,
Nothing's been
they
done.
haven't been done, they haven't been done.
Yeah, the contractor stood him up and told me the other day.
Roll call vote. President, yes. Michelle?
Yeah.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansell?
Yes.
Public Works, Streets and Levy. We advertised for snow maintenance for this year, and we also put in the ad that it could be, a multiple year contract. What you got there, is that what you, that's,
No, let's go, go ahead, you're good.
we got one bid.
That's not sealed.
Is that the one you had last time that wasn't sealed?
It's sealed.
It was
No,
not.
it was not, when you just flipped it
You
over.
got one.
Would that be your friend?
Yes. That'd be correct.
It wasn't sealed last month and I mentioned it then.
friend, it's the one that he always has, does it.
Do you wanna share with the rest of the public?
As soon as I get down to the nitty-gritty here.
You've already read it, Mr. Chilson.
You have already read it?
No,
So-
you have, sir, that was opened last time. It's not, it was not sealed, it was not handed to you,
Have I read
so
it?
Chris.
You didn't read it.
Oh, read it.
But
I
it was
read
not sealed.
Read it, Gordon.
Have I had it?
Because we opened it right here, that we're gonna look at it.
Go ahead.
Nobody
Read it.
opened it.
Go ahead.
$95 an hour for preferring services at the locations for plowing. Salting the streets is a fee of $135 per yard and $95 an hour for trucking.
What do you mean by trucking to the location where he's gonna get it? or
No,
down
for
here?
spreading it,
For
man.
spreading it.
One more time, $95 per plow,
Yep.
an hour. $135 for what?
For salt,
Okay.
per yard, and $95 for trucking.
What was his
So he's
monthly
really
bill
getting-
last year?
For salting, you're gonna be paying, $230 per yard. Is what it costs you for the salt.
So when he's plowing, he can't do the salt at the same time, so he ain't got the,
I'm not a professional at that, I don't have a clue.
I mean, if I'm plowing, I can salt at the same time.
I think we can.
Yeah, you can.
What about the folks?
He did, what did he do last year? I didn't see
So
it
when
now.
next time you get to the plow, you just rub the salt all over.
Yeah, I don't,
What do you mean now?
Who is it?
You don't salt till you get till you get down
I'm
to
gonna
the
say, you
ice.
usually get it plowed, then you put the salt.
Right, I mean, he can
salt
plow, I
in
mean, he
the
can still be back to truck. And when he gets done plowing, I mean, that way you ain't gotta pay the truck fee twice.
Well, you would, same
Right.
it is for plowing.
You're gonna pay what he bills you.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
so
not
you
gonna
gotta-
walk, I'm not gonna walk behind you with a stopwatch.
Yeah, I mean, what do we do if you don't?
Anybody
If it
want-
snows next week.
Anybody, we're
Gordy,
covered till January.
Who is the bid for? You never said a name. Who
The
is,
bid's for Lawrenceville Borough.
right, but who's the contractor? Who's the person?
Preferred.
Out of Corning, like New York?
No, Rich Wilson, that's his name.
So
You know, from the restaurant.
Caton, up in
Yeah, I
Caton,
think
top of the
so.
hill in Caton, off of Tannery Creek. Okay, gotcha.
I'll take any more bids we can get, guys. Send them my way.
What about the folks that did it last year?
Yeah.
Is
That's
anyone
him. He's the
supposed
one
to
that
know?
did it.
That is him.
That's
The same one?
Anybody have any issues with him last year? I heard nothing but good, but if you guys got different issues with him, by all means, let me know. I don't know what he raised his prices to. I didn't
Last
read it.
year was his first time, I believe.
Yeah, he was a little bit,
He didn't plow it wide enough the first time, but he was told,
he seemed to correct his issues, yeah.
he did a good job after that.
Preferred choice or first choice?
First choice, sorry.
First choice.
First choice.
Anyone wanna lead or read over his proposal contract?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
when he gets done.
Yeah, cause I tried to get preferred, but it was a quote too. Cause there's a first choice and a preferred choice.
Right.
How many years is this gonna be effective if you adopt it? Pardon me?
Depends on what we vote on and what we adopt.
That's not written in the contract that they proposed?
Have to read.
mean, it's getting pretty late. I mean, if we could go 1-year contract, you know, I'm okay. And we can look around for next year.
Chico, don't we have our own plow truck with a salter and all that stuff?
No salter, but.
But don't we have our own plow truck?
Yep. Yes,
So
sir.
why do we have a brand new plow truck sitting there we don't use?
Why?
I'm
Who's
just
gonna
asking,
run, who's gonna run it?
It might be cheaper to hire someone to run our own truck.
The council tried that in 2018, it didn't work.
It's 2023.
So who was saying it ain't gonna work now?
It's 5 years ago. I was just saying, we have our own truck.
This guy here, you don't buy nothing, you don't buy the fuel, you don't do the repairs. Okay.
We're paying him what,
You don't have, where are you gonna
$225 an hour?
where are you gonna keep the salt, where are you gonna keep the cinders? Who's gonna run the truck?
Terry Thompson would do it.
Okay. Terry Thompson, if he wanted to do it, he's welcome to bid on the
He
job.
did it before.
Not the town.
Okay.
No.
No, he did the trailer.
Oh, the trailer court. Never mind, me bad.
Yeah, we could, I mean, that's the only one we got, and it's gonna be snowing here quick. I don't like the price.
I don't think it, no, well, I don't know if
I
it's the
agree
same
with you,
price
that's
as last
crazy,
year.
leaving the truck set.
Yeah, we don't, not compared to.
So why don't we sell it?
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, hopefully someday that
Well, there's
changes.
$200 and some thousand going on the debt. I mean, that sounds like adequate money to set that salter up and add an employee, I would say.
Can you go ahead,
Maybe-
where do you
maybe
want us to read that while you're
offset
moving
some
forward?
costs, yeah.
Hank Street.
I know what's pretty going on. I wanna read it too when you got it.
Is that for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years? Is there any options for years?
Doesn't say.
Makes sense, so you might as well sell it.
First of
If
November.
it's money back in the town.
Well, it's
He said when, first of November you start?
The contract starts first.
Contract starts first of November.
I think Chico said we're covered anyway, whether.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I mean, yeah, if you hire the guy, I'm sure.
You gotta put him on, you gotta have his information
I
to
think
get to the
he-
insurance company.
You have all that.
Has because of last year, but I don't.
You don't know for sure?
This has to happen before he can drive his plow truck.
Right,
on
right.
the Shovel. Wow. Unless he just has some good graces in his heart. Oh, we psyched you out. You plowed our streets. I'm not gonna take it now, guys, sorry.
I'll make a motion, we hire
First choice.
Thanks,
first
anyway.
choice, do plowing and cindering the snow.
Per his contract offer.
Well, let's see, make sure there's not a 4-year degree thing in here, clause. And make it clear it's only for 1 year.
Just put it in the motion for 1 year, for the year 2024, starting November 1st, 2023.
I didn't see where it said a multi-year.
But if we put it in the motion, it should be covered, right?
Yeah. So, you wanna make a motion, Cliff?
Go ahead, Vince.
From November 2023 to 2024, 1 year contract for snow and salting in the borough.
I would extend the date, the ending date to January 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
No, why?
Why so far then?
It's only 2 months longer.
He'll drive the truck.
Why would you wanna extend it though?
So that you don't have to have a contract on November 1st, that you're still covered till January 1st. Right now,
But you can't hire nobody else too, if he's still doing it.
Exactly.
you know, you advertise, and then whoever you accept, the contract starts January 1st, 2025. But it's simple.
November is.
Yeah, I don't like that idea. If I was a contractor.
What part don't you
I don't
like?
wanna wait to start my job until January, when I could be doing it in November, December, a new contractor.
Yeah, he's
Or I
got.
could be doing it in October, November, December.
That's
Well-
gonna cut him back.
Well, what you're doing is, you're not gonna have a meeting, you're not gonna have a contract signed on November 1st. Cause
Why
your
we do it
meeting,
before
your
then?
meeting once, only every 7 years falls on that date.
Okay, so we do it in September, October?
That's fine, that's fine,
So-
but it never gets around to that.
Well, hopefully we can
trying to.
get it right.
Well, that's why I said, extend the end of it till January 1st. Much simpler.
Make the motion, November to November.
Okay.
November 1st to November 1st.
I'll second that.
Chance to renew it. prior to November 2024.
Rebid it, yeah.
Where?
Thank you.
That's first choice?
Yes. My bad. I tried getting them to quote.
For winter maintenance.
Plowing and salting.
Okay, roll call vote. President, yes. Michelle?
Yeah.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansell?
Yes.
6-0.
What's the end date of the current contract with Rich Wilson of First Choice?
I have no idea.
I think it's already over.
I have no idea.
Well, I hate to chide you, but you should know. Someone should know what that end date is.
Well, you asked me right now. I'm sitting here, I don't know. Okay?
You should know
We
before you
advertise
win
it for the
another.
winter months.
Okay?
So you're thinking what from
For,
November?
we advertise it for winter maintenance.
Winter maintenance.
I just was asked if anyone spoke to a Jody Fisher about doing any of this. So maybe somebody's working for the
Everybody
borough
had the
before.
opportunity to bid on it.
Well, that, I tried it.
Personnel and appointment. We added to the agenda to advertise for a secretary. Okay?
Yes.
Okay?
Need a vote, a motion to vote Penny Jefferson for a temporary emergency secretary and open the borough office up as soon as we can. At the rate of $22 an hour.
You wanna do this without any resume or out being interviewed?
Yeah, we can do, we're
She's
sending
very
resumes,
qualified and
we
has
can interview
worked
them when they come in,
all over.
temporary, I said. Temporarily, like,
For how long?
and if we can find somebody else that we like better, then
So how long are you gonna
If
hire
your,
for?
if your advertisement works.
as needed, I guess.
Okay, now what are the hours gonna be? What day, whatever, start time, end time, whatever?
Well, she worked 4 hours a week, 4 hours a day last time.
3 days a week.
Was it 3 days a week? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 8 hours a day.
Well, we better do 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 days a week, 8 hours a day until we get this unraveled.
What unraveled?
So we can figure out what we
I'm-
have and don't have.
What don't we have?
I don't know, that's what we're
We
gonna
don't
find
have
out.
an office.
A secretary.
We don't have an office. We don't
Or
know
a
where to
treasurer.
put our bills. They gotta go to Knoxville. You can't
What
answer
do you mean no
questions.
place to put your bills?
You put them in, they go to Knoxville. Who do you ask if you got a bill issue? We gotta go to Knoxville. You gotta call them on the phone.
So what are you gonna do here?
Knock on the damn door and ask them.
You could
Mr. Chilson, there's
First of all-
folks without
first of all,
transportation that live here that would like to be able to work out of the office.
Cool it.
No, don't cool anything.
Yeah,
It's hot in
please,
here. You've done
please.
this on
You
purpose.
can leave anytime you want.
You can too.
Okay, so we got a
You can
motion on the
resign
floor. Write your
anytime also.
motion out, Mansell, please.
Unless Gordy tells the secretary not to answer the door.
Here we go.
Right.
We know how that shit is. Can't get in the goddamn door.
Okay.
You ask a question.
Any different?
Have you withdrawn your campaign for your candidacy, Mr. Chilson?
Yeah, well, I mean, the next council can do whatever they want.
Right. Are you still running for election?
Tomorrow's election day.
Are you still running or have you withdrawn your campaign?
I have not suspended anything.
You have not suspended your campaign.
Are we voting on this?
Well, not, I mean, you can, it doesn't matter because it's up to the new council if you keep or not keep or, but.
So what somebody said to, Claire, did you say till January?
Yeah, that's new council.
Okay.
Yeah, then it's up to that, like, that's all it's okay with me.
No, it's just
Yeah, then we do it,
until January, what, second? Okay.
This is not the procedure for hiring people.
well, if you don't give us an opportunity to put
Since
things
when
on
do
the
you
agenda.
follow procedures,
This is,
Mr.
first of all,
Chilson?
this is the first time you've asked this, okay? what you have is the personnel committee interviews, they advertise,
And
then
they can
they
do that.
interview.
They can do that.
Yeah.
We need a secretary to get this done.
Right now.
And
Right.
what's her duties gonna be? You didn't put anything on here about duties.
She'll
You haven't
do
put-
exactly what she did
knows
before.
her
And what hours do you want her to
Right.
work?
8 hours a day.
What days?
We don't know yet. To be decided. Now that work for you?
Should be determined.
4 days a week, 8 hours a day.
32 hours.
Refused to work that many hours last time.
Well, and maybe she can do it in 4 hours. I'd rather pay her 4 than 8 anyways. As long as we can go back and save money, I'm good with it.
Okay, so what's your job title, what's she gonna do? So in other words, she's gonna pay the bills?
She's gonna be
The
temporary.
secretary job that Miss Dana,
Well,
Jessica,
she's gonna take the bills to
Penny
the
already
treasurer?
did. Jill,
So she's gonna drive to
Shall I go
Knoxville,
on?
take the bills to there?
No, eventually there's a transition between one and the other down the road.
That's for the next council to decide.
Well, that's what we're gonna do right now.
You're gonna make,
We
you're
are- we
gonna
are
make the
council.
transition right now?
We might, if it's possible.
if you'd resign, we absolutely would, Mr. Joseph.
Hey,
We're gonna try to get this transition so it's easier for the next council, and they ain't gonna mess with this. So yes, I would like to have her start a transition, and if the new council wants to hire a new secretary, then so be it.
so what, you're all mixed up. You don't have any job description on what she's gonna do.
We all know what she did before.
So, right now you have somebody doing that job.
Right.
So you're
We
gonna.
wanna bring it back into our council.
Okay, that's fine. You're gonna terminate them,
Not right away.
so we're gonna have two people doing the same job.
We need a transition. I don't know whether it be a week, 2 weeks, I don't know. Until the transition takes
Okay,
place.
the
that's
next, the next council meeting is December.
Mhm.
So for, between now and the December's meeting, the second,
Yep,
whatever the date is, excuse me, okay?
yep.
What's gonna happen?
Well, hopefully the office is open and she's already working on transition and she got the computer up and working. She started working on the billing.
Is there anything wrong with the computer, Hank?
Not that I'm aware of, I don't know.
Okay, so computer's working.
Okay.
Is there anything
So
wrong?
but that means you can move
is-
quicker.
So is there anything wrong with the computers in Knoxville?
Yes, it's in Knoxville. It should be here in Lawrenceville.
Yes,
The computer?
No, the work.
the work.
So you want to transition the workload down here?
Right
Yes.
now, they're just a secretary, temporary secretary.
To start a
First of the
transition.
year. That's it.
Start a
Nothing about
transition.
changing anybody else.
So,
We'll keep your girl until we don't need her, and we might need her after the fact, or maybe the council might wanna keep her on, I don't know.
Okay.
But I wanna start something, so these people have something to go with, when they want, the new council.
what's wrong with the new council doing this work?
Because it'd be after, if we can help them ahead of time, they ain't gonna be all drawn out and this bullshit when they first get in, they ain't gotta worry about it. They got somebody in office, they got a secretary here, and then they can decide what they wanna do. That's the way it should've
Your
worked.
folks that don't drive
Hey, settle down,
deserve
settle
to
down.
have
Hey, hey, hey,
access.
whoa.
No, don't
Settle
settle
down.
me, you settle
Okay.
down.
This
Your
is the borough
folks that
council,
live
This is the
here,
borough council
you
meeting.
have
This
low
is
income
not Barbara Waters'
housing. You
hour.
have low income housing here. There are folks that do not and cannot drive. It is absolutely unfair to keep them
That's-
from being able to, you are
Look,
holding this
that's
up.
your comment.
Yes,
It's your
this is,
comment,
this is an
okay?
important
Keep it to
comment.
yourself.
You're
We're
preventing
conducting
people
business. Did
without
you hear me?
transportation from doing business
Hey,
in your office.
settle
and
down.
You have low
Settle
income and
down.
elderly housing. What about your elderly population?
I don't think there's anything.
They're
here
very
that-
concerned
that don't
about
wanna
how to pay their
transition stuff
bills.
Back to Lawrenceville. That's all
I
we're
have
saying.
no problem with that.
Okay, then we'll
Okay,
talk.
but Penny Jeffers did us no favors.
Well, I think she did.
Neither do you.
And we can throw stones at
That's
each
your
other all day
opinion.
long, I don't wanna do that.
She does no favors.
Okay.
The amount of paperwork that it took to straighten her problems out at the water and sewer was unbelievable.
And she offered to help.
No, she never.
Yes, she did.
She would not come back and work.
Bullshit.
She would not
She
do an
offered to
exit
come
review.
back and help for a price. You guys said, no, you don't wanna do it. I've asked you several
Bull
times.
crap.
No, it ain't
She
bull.
would not do
That's
an
the
exit
truth.
review.
That is the goddamn
She
truth.
never showed us one freaking,
We had
Keith,
another
She's
secretary.
not gonna do it,
Hold
she's
on,
not gonna do it
Mr.
for nothing.
Jolson, you're
She's
the, you
willing
were
to
the
come
head
back
of the water
and help.
No.
and
The
sewer
transition.
department.
Oh,
and
yes,
the
she
committee.
bull crap. She would not come back.
Yeah.
And she closed the borough office for the 2 weeks until the new council come in. No one was allowed in the office.
I had that, but we didn't have access.
What do you mean no one was
You've had it closed all summer, Mr. Jolson.
We had to keep-
She changed the
Chris,
password.
where's Chris? Where'd
He
you
just
go?
stepped out. Can we
Yeah.
vote?
Chris,
He
you
had all
stepped
the
out,
keys.
and he
So anyway,
Unless you die.
we got a motion on the floor
Yes.
to bypass everything to hire Kenny Jeffers as the secretary.
Right.
Okay?
Temporary.
Temporary till
Okay.
first of the year.
My vote is, president is no.
Of course.
Michelle?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Cleo?
I don't like the way she left the borough when she left before.
Well, then you know how to vote.
That's a personal problem, Cleo, you should not be
Cindy
bringing that
Burrows?
here.
Yes.
Hank?
Yes.
Dancel?
Yes.
Okay, vote is,
4-2. 4-2.
1, 2, 3, 4 to 2.
Thank you guys for helping the people that live
Thank you,
here
ma'am.
out. Thank
And
you.
Michelle, for those of you that did say yes, thank you.
It's incredibly unfair to keep this office closed to the folks who pay rent here.
And now all you gotta do is keep the council out of the computers. Everybody will have a fair bill.
Excuse me? Out of what computer?
All the computers in there. You know what I'm talking
No
about.
council member,
You
no
know what I'm
finance,
talking about.
opinion.
no, no council member has access to
Yeah,
any
we
computer.
can't prove that, remember, the cameras didn't work.
Just say it's in your, just say it's in your opinion.
Okay, what do we got left?
And, yes, in your opinion.
That's just my opinion.
Thank you.
Witching hour. So it's getting to the witching hour. I know, it's only.
Yeah, see, that's deceiving.
Manzo,
Yes.
I think the secretary should have a password on that computer, and she's the only one that knows that
That's the way
password.
it's supposed to work.
That's how it
That's the way
normally
it's always
is.
been.
That's how it's supposed to go, but it didn't go.
It's always been that way.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it is.
What hasn't it been that way?
Okay.
That's my
Had a
opinion.
security breach
Let's
with your
move on.
computer over the summer, in case you forgot. A lot of folks are still wondering what the outcome is of that, but it's under
Please
active
explain- please
investigation,
explain
so
your
I can't
answer.
It's
report
just
on
my
it.
opinion.
Your opinion that other people
That's
have.
just my opinion.
In other words, what he's saying is that you
Don't worry
guys have
about
the
it.
password as well as.
So let's move on with the business of the
Move
council.
on.
It's untrue.
Off the agenda.
What's the other one?
Parks and Recreation.
Well, we got more on the agenda, right?
Parks and Recreation.
No,
No.
None. Okay, sewer and water. Okay. Okay. To add 57 Mechanic Street to the agenda.
Make a motion that we, the council, submit a, let me see if I can get right here, so I'm all messed up here. Oh, yeah. To send a letter to DEP to ask for a exception to the ban for that address, and to show that there was 5 people living in 2 houses, and now there's only 3 people, so exception to the ban would be that we'd be using less, not more. So I have.
But there's 5 or 6 people ahead of that person.
Well, that's.
There's probably 10
That's-
EDUs ahead of
that's,
them.
Well, you gotta get the
That's
DEP.
apartment.
And then another thing is, they're not on the list. The owners of that property, the people on the tax roll are not on that list.
Here's what we're gonna do, if we're not, we're gonna go to court and we're gonna lose. So it's our,
This is your opinion?
Executive sessions you guys are gonna talk about.
okay,
Okay? So you guys can discuss what you want, and if you wanna put something on the
okay,
agenda.
let's go out, let's see
But
that for
what you're
last.
discussing is probably a little bit more time.
Okay, go ahead.
So you wanna call it executive session?
Well, let's go through the rest of them, then we'll come back to that.
Yes.
I mean, we got, those guys are here.
Yeah, there's other people
Frank's
waiting.
here, let's talk about them.
They had administrative order, 5 to 1. Under water and sewer.
And the keys to the office, we talked about that, right? We're gonna share those keys.
I think have a key and I don't want a key.
Well, I don't either, but there's people that's gonna need one if we hire the secretary temporarily.
She's gonna need a key.
Right.
And who else?
Well, hopefully nobody else bothers her. So what are we gonna say?
Who's gonna tell her what to do?
She's a secretary, she's been for how long?
She's gonna know what to do?
Well, hopefully we can guide her a little bit, or the CPA will guide her a little bit. It's a
You mean the-
transition.
You mean the people that have the job now?
Yes.
Okay. For a temporary secretary.
Well, until, maybe they wanna keep her. Who knows?
That's their choice.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, add administrative order, the vote was 5-1.
And the keys.
We're not talking about keys.
That was just put on the agenda.
Yeah, right, that's next in
Okay.
line, that's under water and sewer.
Okay.
Keys aren't under water and sewer.
Okay, well, okay. All right,
I thought it was.
go ahead.
That's, what's the motion?
We need a motion to vote for the administrative order, to accept it.
To a commitment
The
signed.
Signed, which we already did, right?
No, we give him the
No, we-
authorization to run it.
Yeah, but we need a commitment from all council members, or council members who are going to sign that piece of paper, that we're gonna go through with this,
What they asked,
what they asked.
so that's a motion.
I don't know what they're gonna ask, so it's pretty difficult saying something when you don't know what to do.
It's not difficult, they're gonna tell us what they're doing, we're gonna do it.
Out there in Florida, so if they don't wanna stay here the whole time, maybe those people want.
What do you wanna do, those people first?
We drag it out, and people
Okay.
aren't here for that.
Okay.
I mean,
You wanna do that?
I don't know, I'm not gonna try to change you guys' meeting, but I mean,
That's-
there's people here for only certain things.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but,
Honestly.
okay, I agree with you, but you're getting a lot of crap out of the crowd that should be keeping their mouth shut, and you got comments from the room council.
Yeah, I don't wanna say all that.
Okay, let's take a vote on that.
I just don't-
We're gonna pledge to accept our attorney's recommendation.
And what's our attorney's recommendation?
Yes, for the.
This is for the meeting next Monday night.
Yes.
Yes.
For
A
some-
commitment to sign this
For council
paperwork.
members only and the EPA.
Right, and I think they're gonna have a letter stating that, they want the rest of the new council, whoever they may be, also there. I'm pretty sure that's part of our lawyer and their lawyer's
Yeah.
wishes.
Yeah, I mean, not to beat it to death, this is something that we should sign. We're working on unilateral, which we won't like.
They voted it down. Council voted not to sign.
Well, we're gonna vote now.
We don't have a choice at this point.
So,
Thank you for your opinion.
so we're
It's not
gonna,
my opinion, it's EPA's opinion.
so we're gonna take a vote that we're gonna acknowledge that there's an offer from our attorney and a recommendation that we sign it. All we're saying is that, yes, we're gonna be there and we accept whatever our attorney says.
What's the date? You want? to put
The
that date?
13th.
Monday, the 13th, November 13th.
Anything else you can think of I'm missing?
Okay. Got a motion for that?
I thought I just made a motion.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Sure, I wrote it down once.
Another reason to have a
Thought I did.
secretary.
You can't write it down.
It's on one of those papers there.
Let me look.
She wrote it once. so we'll
I'll
do
write it
again.
again. Motion,
I think it's 1995.
motion to acknowledge, accept.
Acknowledge the attorney's
They already signed it once.
recommendation of the agreement,
Attorney's recommendation.
of the agreement. Administrative, is it administrative?
The administrative order of consent, AOC.
Administrative order of consent. And put our names on it. We agree.
I guess you'd have to vote yes to agree.
Well, that's what we're gonna do.
Motion to acknowledge
Mansell.
attorney's recommendation to
Correct me if I'm
sign
wrong.
the
What you
administrative
wanna
order
vote
to
for
consent.
is that people will show up to this discussion with EPA.
No, everybody knows what EPA was offering us and our lawyer.
Okay.
We're saying that
What
we
would they offer
acknowledge what
Do you know
our
what they
attorney
will
wants
offer
us to do. And that
What
we
they
will
offer us,
be
EPA?
present at the meeting.
Do you know what EPA offers?
And you got this from advisement from the.
They've had several
Next Monday
Well, he's
night.
telling me now, we
documents,
already know.
and we
Yeah,
got some
that's what
too.
this paper was, that they sent us.
They have sent them over
They
and over
sent
again.
us way back
And
on.
they just,
Okay,
we just
so
ignored them.
you're just.
They just wanna
Yeah.
pledge
I wanna take
that
some-
we acknowledge it, and we know it's an issue, and we accept whatever our $400 an hour attorney can get us,
Good
Right.
luck.
instead of $25,000 a day.
So
We've
you-
tried that all summer, man, so we've tried to get
You're not
admission
agreeing
of
to
that all
nothing.
I know,
summer.
but
until after they have.
Better late than never.
Wrong thing.
How much does it cost to convince these guys there's an issue?
Motion to acknowledge attorney's recommendation to sign administrative order of consent. Need a motion.
That's your motion.
I'll make the motion.
Cindy,
I'll second it.
roll call vote, president, no.
You there, Michelle?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Michelle, your vote.
Yeah.
Cleo,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
Mansell.
Yes.
Okay. 5-1, vote pass.
Now I sign the document.
Where's that paper?
Yeah, Gordy's got it.
Gordy doesn't get to sign it, he voted no. He also hopes people are gonna write him in tomorrow. Maybe 30 of them.
You got,
It's 32.
you gotta mail that back?
32.
I gotta email it tomorrow.
Is there
To who?
34 bottles of beer?
No,
DEP?
no, what's?
Lisa.
Lisa,
Oh, Lisa.
Our attorney.
The
our
attorney.
attorney.
Yes.
Just write it on the bottom, make it sound, it says you submitted it to him.
Huh?
Just rewrite it on the bottom if you want, and then say,
Sign here, I wrote so.
huh?
You sign.
We also signed, right?
Yeah, we.
Well, you did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Move on.
What's next, folks?
Yeah, you got there in your notes.
I'm all done.
All right, you have no cake
Have we
yet.
talked about?
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Page,
Oh, the check signing, that was an issue. New check signing?
Man, so, I just got a message from the fire department. The fire department only gets a relief association check in October. Do you have the status of that for the fire department? We get a relief association check in October from the borough, and we have not received that yet.
I'm not privy to that information, so I don't know.
I was just advised if I could ask the borough where that would be.
Yeah. I have no information concerning that.
Great reason to hire a secretary, TJ.
Sent to the borough or sent to our
Yeah,
Lisa, whatever her name is.
Dana.
She's not mentioned right now.
She's on that.
When the secretary can whip it out.
Are we under old business now?
No,
or-
we're a motion to check signing, to add a check signing.
Okay, all right. So, make a motion.
Make a motion to add, at least 2 more check signers to payroll or
Finance committee.
personnel committee, whatever you wanna call it. The signing of the checks, check signers, 2 more, we need to add.
So you have 4 check signers now, and you wanna add
2 more.
2 more. Now, who do you wanna add?
We'll add, Cindy and Hank, I guess.
You accept that position, Cindy?
You go off.
Yes.
You accept that position, Hank?
What?
You accept that position?
Well, I don't know.
For 2 months, for a couple months.
You have to go to the bank to pay them.
Takes 2 signatures.
These
It's
checks-
a hassle to get signed up. It probably won't get you signed up by the first year anyway, but,
Put me down, sure, also.
you want added? Okay. Okay. Need a motion to add 2 check signers, Cindy and Hank, to all accounts.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna vote here.
Okay.
Sin,
A roll call vote, President, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Cleo?
No.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yeah.
Mansell?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
5-1.
don't see sense in it, just one month.
It makes absolutely
Yeah,
no
I didn't
sense.
get that
at all.
one, did you, Cleo?
If you're sitting in my shoes, it does, but I'm not gonna go, let's go on with business.
Well, first of all, you gotta be on the finance committee to sign checks, and you didn't want to
Well,
be on it.
they are now,
They are what?
they are now.
On the finance committee?
Yeah.
No, you gotta add them, you don't make that decision.
We just made that decision.
No, you add them as check signers, you didn't add them to the committee.
Well, he's still gonna see the bills ahead of time.
Huh?
Okay, move it right along.
Want me to add them to the committee or?
If you want them to sign checks.
All right, it's semantics, so apples and oranges, and apples and peels, it doesn't. All right, I make a motion to add also those two check signers to the personnel committee.
Finance.
Finance committee. Gotcha. It's the same damn thing.
She doesn't want to know either.
That's your opinion, good one.
Need a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call vote, President, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yeah.
Mansell?
Yes.
6-0. What's next, folks?
Old business. Her protection contract. Get another page here.
On the backside.
Get 2 pages there. Okay.
Fire protection contract. Got a copy of the fire protection contract here for next year. And it's pretty difficult to, act on that because, they want 0.9 mil for next year. We haven't got to do reassessment value, so therefore you can't, the millage is gonna go down to approximately, I'm gonna say less than, 0.2 of 1 mil in order to increase the coverage to 9 mil. So, it'd be nice if the fire department would come back with the correct amount of what they want, like the contract as, or
We go by millage, but we don't know.
we don't,
What's the new assessment?
the news, we don't know what the new assessment is now. But right now, we're at, 4.646, something like that. And, the county has got that proposed at 2.67, something like that. So, yeah, so we're we're gonna go below, we're gonna go under 3 mils. And the fire department would be at 0.9 of 1 mil, you'd be somewhere around 0.4 of 1 mil, but I'm not gonna figure it out.
If I may, while we're talking about the fire department, did they requested the rest of their money for the contract for the year, did they get that? They did? Thank you.
I have no idea what she said, I didn't understand.
Did we pay the, remember she came?
She wanted the balance for the year.
Yeah, we paid
I
that.
don't think you should really be that concerned.
So you wanna table that fire protection contract till we get the correct millage?
Yeah, we don't.
We gotta have the correct minutes.
When's the county gonna
Oh,
get that out?
maybe the next part, put your fire out.
They're still doing, what do they call it, they're still doing,
Appeals.
appeals, thank you. Our contract is still in force as long as we pay them monthly, the old contract. Police contract,
We'll reevaluate that when we get the assessment.
yeah,
The motion to table it.
that's what I did, okay, the police contract, there was no proposal in there, it was just a statement of what they were going to do.
Gordy, you might wanna look into that fire part, cause I believe your contract's up at the end of December.
As long as we continue to pay monthly, it's covered.
You fulfilled the
So anyway,
contract
what do you
to
wanna
the
do
end
about
of
the
the year,
police
that was what I
contract?
just
We have
asked.
tables, let me talk to Mike.
Okay, table, well, I mean, they didn't give us a choice.
See what,
Everything's
well, what's the
negotiable.
extra cost? What is all the cost on it?
Well,
Understand.
conflict or cost of living went up about 7%. and
But your
so-
taxes went
I
down
would
by
assume
more.
7%.
Yeah.
What, cost of living?
You know,
Oh, yeah, that's like,
so
it's
Just
like,
gotta figure out what.
that's over 50% an increase.
We talked over the summer, it wasn't like,
Street water maintenance contract, we did that. Okay, I got a stack of invoices here from Apex for the last year,
It's not possible.
and I wish everybody would take a look at them. See what you wanna do with that.
Apex is our operator, certified operator.
It's got kind of, I don't know where to go with that. I'm not, I can't believe that, we're getting that kind of service out of them. The water operator's never, ever been here, the sewer operator comes one day a week.
You hired those guys.
Council.
Why are you rude to us when we ask these
The
questions?
operator has, isn't that the guy?
Comes on Fridays, only
Yeah.
sewer. Water guy don't come. Never met the water guy.
I thought he did
He's
both.
basically saying
Yeah.
invoices are coming higher and higher. And I
There's
do
two
know
different
that they're
operators.
working, I know Nicole's working with Lisa. I don't know what they're all working on, but I know it's part of the.
Well, how can you have a sewer operator show up every week and water, how's that possible?
You're talking to the wrong Peterson.
You're the boss.
I'm not the boss.
Did you ask?
We contracted Apex.
Who is the
I know,
water?
but you didn't say water is part of the issue, or?
They don't do
At
it.
the end of the day, at this moment.
They knew that.
Where's that stack of, where's that
Why
stack
don't
of
somebody look
invoices?
at it then?
You got that
Change-
stack of
They're
invoices?
changing the, what the contract is.
I saw them.
I don't, I haven't seen the contract, so I don't know.
It was in front of your left hand.
The thing is, we need
upside
somebody
down
with a
like this.
license, and I'm okay with trying to get anybody.
Well, I know, but I'm just
We
saying,
all know.
by law, they supposed to be in the plan, overseeing.
Yeah, there's some in the O and M manual that describe.
They have to have their license on the wall.
No, there's a specific time that they have to do
Manso.
this.
Who hired Apex?
Borough Council,
Did all 6 say yes?
I believe.
Yeah,
So it was a unanimous decision?
I believe they did.
At that time, we had no
At that time,
operator,
we
so
were
who knows?
desperate.
Yeah, we just took anybody.
Yeah, they all quit.
We had, like, for 3 months, we had nobody.
Yeah,
And
there's.
we were just stacking up.
Yeah,
I handed those invoices this week.
Are they in the bills?
Might be in the bills.
Are we talking about Apex invoice still?
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
You you stated in the beginning
They're
of the meeting
I
that
see
there were
it,
no
but I didn't
itemized
write it.
invoices, why are we checking again?
Signed
Did
it?
you forget 2 hours ago?
we're on the stairs.
Under your left
No,
hand.
it's snow removal.
It's about 16 invoices. They range from, they started out around $1,000 and they've gone to as much as $9,000.
I seen it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we got there somewhere.
They're just copies, they're just for everybody to look at.
They're invoicing for
We're building 4 tiers from $130 an hour down to $65 an hour. And it started out like 2 hours here, 2 hours there, now it's as much as 80 hours.
There's the Apex check.
From what I remember is that when you hired them, when we hired them or whatever, that the bill would be up to $100,000. That's what I remember.
I've never,
I
it was
remember
gonna be
something
around
similar to
$4,000
that.
a month average.
Between 4 and 8 grand a month.
That's not with all the other caviar, the people coming, different people walking up here doing their job.
Only one person comes.
No, you could have 3 or 4. The paper shows there's more than one person here. The paper you just had. Other people had to come, you said.
No, nobody's
Thank you,
come here
Cleo.
except for one person,
Ever.
ever.
Nicole's been here. But he's the water person.
that it?
It's not
But
showing up.
Nicole's the project director.
Yeah.
Whichever that, what's that mean, I don't know. But senior technician 1, technician 5.
Right, they're different prices.
Yeah, they're all different prices, they're all different, I mean, like 81 hours for 3 weeks is a lot of hours.
For which one?
That's
But that's a
includes
total.
driving time though.
That's technician, 62 hours.
Just technician one or technician two? or-
Technician 5.
So,
That's $1,900 mileage.
well, who runs, the technician one runs the plant?
Was that?
A technician one runs the plant.
No, licensed operator runs the plant.
So there's other people been at the plant then, you're saying?
No, not that I'm aware of. The only one that's ever been at the plant has been Luke.
His license is hanging in the plant.
Yep.
Right, so how do we pay for a technician 4? They weren't here.
That's what I wanted, an itemized bill. I wanted an itemized bill, and they've refused it.
Did you agree to pay that in your motion to pay the bills tonight?
So 1, 2, 3.
Because we have no idea what you agreed to
If
pay.
if they come every month, so it's 8 hours a trip, times 4 weeks, it's 32 hours right there. And you're saying it's 60 something, so another 30 hours.
Well, they got different technicians for us too, class 4.
No, they never come
Billing
up.
us for it.
Well,
They're
how
billing
do
us
you get
for
billed
it.
for it?
That's why I asked them for an itemized bill.
Okay, so,
Are they on the agenda?
Are they doing
Or
water
just-
testing
what
do we-
someplace?
I only got front page of the agenda.
Are they on the agenda?
No, they're not.
Yeah, I wanna know what that
Speak in that second
technician
public.
4, did he come up, what is he doing, what's his job title?
That's all I tried to do. I reached out to him for the last couple of weeks.
How long we been paying that from him, for technician 4? For a while, or this is the first time?
Well, let's put it this way, when you go back to, a year ago, you had 2 hours for project manager, you had 3 hours for technician 4, you had 10 hours for technician 2, a total of 15 hours, okay? And that was over a period of 2 weeks.
And this is years
That's
ago?
2 weeks, yeah.
And we
November.
don't know what they did or even if they showed up?
No. That total invoice was $1,477, okay? Mileage reimbursement was $299, all right? Now, the bill before this one, the mileage was $1,900, okay?
Where'd they come from, Florida?
And technician
No, they all
5,
drove their own cars.
and technician 5,
They're taking advantage of us, that's what they're doing.
I'm just making the public aware of what the hell's going
Well,
on.
I just, a year
That's
ago,
what happens when you wait and you don't hire a certified operator and then you're
the
desperate.
technician 4 was there a year ago,
Desperate.
and we didn't know what he did. You didn't ask the question then? Why
A year
this-
ago?
That's what you just said.
Not when they're charging you 2 hours or whatever. Why would
I wanna know what the hell he was
Because they're
doing.
gonna charge me for that kind of time to tell me what they're doing.
To call the project manager and say, look,
Project manager here, 1 hour from February 11th to February 24th, 2 weeks, charges 1 hour. Okay?
Could've been a meeting.
Technician 1 charges half an hour. Technician 2 charges 10 hours, 11 and a half hours for the total time, okay? And the mileage was $313. So now we've escalated the bills of 65 hours and $1,200 for mileage, up to, like I just got through saying,
Are these
$1,800
invoices that have been
and $81.
paid?
But the thing is I'm only trying to,
well, they should be telling you, a technician 4 come up because of this reason. A technician 2 come up because he did
You
this.
gotta have notes.
We have no idea why they're, if
I don't
they're here.
either.
That's why.
I don't either. That's why I called them. That's why I called them. Why don't you handle it? Why don't you handle it? You wanna handle it?
What's our next
He's
step?
not on the water and sewer committee.
You wanna handle it?
Let's add it to the committee.
Add him to the committee.
Alright, what's next?
2 proposed class actions lawsuits.
Yeah, how many you suing now?
It's about 2 chemical companies that the government is suing, and they wanna know if you wanna be part of it.
Oh.
Okay.
How much money we're gonna get?
Okay, we need to sign the Talbot County Emergency Response Plan. We need to adopt that, if you want it. If you don't want it, you gotta make up your own.
You got no choice.
You want me to sign?
Well,
He just passed
look
you
it
guys
over,
up on
make sure
the
it says it.
opportunity to get in on
You don't
the
believe me?
suit for money.
There's a resolution on the
Your
front
borough
page.
desperately needs.
You're supposed to be sending people to that meeting and stuff too.
Hope that
Have you done that?
enrollment goes through January, just. Unbelievable.
Wasn't Brad Hackett pointed to that?
He's the emergency response person
Right.
that calls me when something goes wrong. He doesn't handle it. You need to adopt a resolution and sign it.
We just gotta renew the,
You just gotta put the borough's name on that resolution, the date, the resolution number, sign
Give
it.
it to me, I'll take
Everybody
it.
signs, there's more than 3 places to sign it.
And we'll follow suit.
Somebody gotta make
They're
a
not
motion to
gonna
adopt
operate
it.
like that, though.
I'll make the motion to adopt the county emergency response.
I don't think you got much choice, you got to.
You can make up your own.
You wanna do that? Yeah, there we go. We'll just get along.
I'll second it.
So roll call vote, Gordy, yes. Michelle? Cleo?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hank?
Yes.
Mansell?
Yes.
Who did I miss? Okay, so that's 5-0. Okay. Workman's compensation. Workman's compensation.
Can we take care of this right here, get that paperwork all right?
Yeah, let's get that signed.
Signed, so we can move forward, or we
Get it signed before we-
5 minutes looking for something else. I'm gonna put it right back in the middle.
You should make a copy of this. You got a new secretary, she's gonna handle all of this.
I know.
That would be a good thing. And you won't have to do motions anymore.
I'm sure she'll be happy.
We mean to have to do motions.
We don't make great motions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
See,
Yep.
working on it.
Bob usually does that.
Yeah.
Country.
See Karen go with them? Is it a family trip? Oh, would be excited.
He worked it. Got on the train at, or plane, November 6th. Got on there, hard time. And there was like 2:30, and he went right from the airplane right to the factory.
That'll be nice.
He had 20 minutes sleep on the plane.
We gotta do mail back.
I guess I don't know. Take a shot at that, Mayor.
What do we got next?
You gotta sign it.
You sign it, did you?
Vice President will have to sign it. And the next pro temp is Cleo. So you sign it, Mayor, and then we'll get Cleo to sign his first pro temp.
Here's the.
When's it gonna be sent out?
What's that?
When's it gonna be sent out?
I just made it back to the,
The grandma got her this, she's gonna say, I have to explain to Mr. Cho something, right? I'll go ahead and do it. I'm sure they said it's literally.
workers' compensation settlement.
We didn't do it.
I think we should look at this in executive session.
Okay. Let's take care of these people that are waiting to be heard.
Public comment.
Now,
I have a concern regarding the privacy fence between my residence and the ball field at 34 Tennessee Street. It was removed with no contact, no communication whatsoever. That was a shared fence. It was put in 2002. You made a decision to remove it. Not only that shared fence, but also pieces of fencing that runs parallel to 49 that doesn't pertain to the borough at all.
Okay, the piece that run parallel to 49 was a piece that was extended, that you had changed and put it on a 90-degree angle. We had
Not
never
true.
put it on, and they hooked it to the tree.
They were completely different
Okay.
length. It wasn't hooked to a tree.
Okay, well, That's what I remember.
When is the new fence being installed?
Okay.
As you said, it
The
was
next
gonna be
thing-
put
the
in
next thing
October
is-
9th,
is
which is not
Brad
happening.
was gonna give me, like a date so I could review that in the minutes to see what the details were to that.
2002.
Okay?
It's
And
not his job, it's your job.
to review, I told him I
You
will
did that.
review it if you give me some approximately when it was installed.
Well, you also said the fence was going in, installation was due October 9th, and that hasn't started.
Excuse me?
You told Brad yourself,
Yep,
as the fence went down October 4th,
yep.
that next Monday the fence would be installed.
No, I did not say that.
It's recorded, Gordy, so go ahead and lie.
No, no.
We record him a lot if he lies.
Say, his contract's been signed.
First of all,
And do you feel that the fence that you took down, that was 8 foot tall and wooden, being replaced with a wire galvanized fence with mesh, is a privacy fence?
that's why I wanna review the minutes to see what it says, privacy fence or what it says.
What was the hurry on getting it down to begin with?
Because it was bad all year long, and we supported it, we put Band-Aids on it, and we told Cinderella that when the season's over, we will replace
The
it.
season's not over, they practiced yesterday at 3 o'clock.
Well,
You're
the
again
playing
violating
season
my
is,
privacy.
the playing season over, okay? Now, the fence is on our property,
Is it?
okay? And until we,
That's been in question as well, get your surveyor out. Cause the pins are there, pal.
well, we moved the fence in approximately between 6 inches and 5 feet from where it was previously, okay? And the next thing is.
Which would be then on your property.
The next thing is, if you want it surveyed, you get your property surveyed and you sue us.
I'm
and if
not
we're-
the one on
and
the
if we're-
wrong
If we're
side.
wrong, okay, this is a borough fence, this
Where's
is
the
not
fence,
your
Gordy?
fence.
When is the new fence going in?
The new fence is going in the month of December.
When are my 2 pieces being replaced?
Which your what?
When are my 2 pieces being replaced? That wasn't an extension, never was an extension. We purchased those from the people that made the fence from before.
Okay, that's
Personally,
what I
we did.
said, I wanna see,
You don't need to see,
Okay,
answer it.
all
Why
right,
did
whatever.
you take somebody
Okay.
else's fence?
that's your opinion.
No,
okay?
it's not my
So
opinion.
if that was
Running
your.
parallel to
you-
49 is not on
Okay.
borough property.
Okay, so are you addressing just me or the whole county, or the whole?
Well, I am
council?
talking to the president at the moment,
Okay.
seeing Tuggerman
Cause
on
you
speak
seem to be
after you.
blaming me for this.
I know you, along with everyone
Okay,
else.
so you're saying I took this fence down, putting a new fence up without the consent of the borough council?
Did I say that? That's
Well,
your
you said
opinion,
that-
that's your opinion, that's not what I said.
No, that's my opinion of what you're saying.
No, what your opinion was, is
So-
what, who owns
So
which
what,
side of
so
the
tell
fence.
me what you
When is
want
the-
done.
When is the fence going in?
I just told you.
She wants the same
December.
fence that took down, she wants it back.
Yeah, I'd like
That's
to.
not her fence, it's our fence.
But
That's
there's a-
your
Okay,
opinion,
show me
Mr.
where
Well, let's go
Justice.
back, there's a reason why they put that fence up and the other fence on the other side. There's a reason why that was agreed to.
Okay,
So,
Because it
we took
trespassed
them
in
down,
privacy.
both of them.
identical.
Right, so why are we replacing them? Apparently, there was an agreement back when to do that.
I don't
So if your
understand what
neighbor
you're
has the
talking
same asphalt as you in your driveway, you have a right to alter that, just
The,
because
the
it's the same?
fence on the
Is that what you're
opposite side.
saying?
about. On the other side of the field. We're
Yes.
both installed by the borough.
Right, and there's a reason.
Until
No,
to
it
it.
was not.
Well, whoever.
I think
Okay.
her grandfather helped.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not saying they were installed by the borough. The borough voted to do it.
Right, and the
Okay.
reason why is.
And he was on the borough council,
That's true.
okay?
They did because of the ball fields there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And to help the neighbors not to have lights and all this other
Yes.
bullshit going on.
Okay,
right?
that is not
No,
true.
we built the
We're gonna go
fence
back to
out of wood
1989 when the
versus
ball
metal.
field was put
Okay,
in.
what was the reason behind it?
For it
I have
to be
no idea, I'm not on the
agreed to be
council.
put there,
So it-
both neighbors
But
had to
we agree the
agree.
council did it.
At that time.
Whatever reason they
everybody
did it.
agreed
They
that
paid
we
for it.
both had
Okay,
rights.
so
Their
why,
fence, our
why are we
property.
putting it back the same way it comes down? That's my point.
Because they voted to put a chain link 8 fence, 8-foot fence in.
Well, let's
That's
change
not a
it.
privacy fence.
It doesn't, that's why I wanna see in the
Gordy,
minutes.
before they even put the ball field there, both neighbors had to agree, and then the
I
agreement
wanna
was.
see that in the minutes. If there's nothing in the minutes, it's over.
Well, where are the minutes?
I
Do you have
have,
them from, do you have them back from 89, 90 when the
we got them back
original
from day
went
one.
in?
We got them from
You
day
do?
one.
That would be fantastic to be able to
We
see
get
all
the
those.
secretary, she'll review that.
If she could come down to your office and meet the
She'll review that.
secretary
And then
here
you're
in
all
your
set to look
building,
at 2000.
that'd be great.
But either way, you should have looked into that before removing the
No,
fence.
no,
So you had
Yeah,
no,
you should
no,
have. That's
no.
your
The fence
diligence.
needed repair, a hazard, okay? We're replacing it.
And why don't you tell the townspeople the value of actually repairing that fence would have been less than $2,000, not the $15,000+ you decided on as galvanized.
I did not decide on that,
Well, you all then.
okay? And it wasn't 15,000.
Well, how much was it?
9,000.
Has to be
So
under
$7,000
13.
more that we don't already have here in the borough.
What do you mean we
But the
go
wooden
after you?
fence gets all that strong winds coming right down
I
the
live
valley.
there, you don't have to tell me
That's why
anything about wind.
That's why,
Well, how long has
you
it been
can't
there?
keep it in there.
That has been there
How long has it been
21
there?
years.
20 years.
21 years.
Well worth it, wasn't it?
Well, it fell over 4 or 5 days. We
No,
repaired
it
it, Mike,
didn't fall over.
Mike, what's his
A few
Kerwin?
panels
We went up there 2
or
times and
the
repaired it.
4x4
White
posts
did, I
were rotted
did,
at the
and
bottom,
Terry
causing a
Clisson did.
weakness.
That's right.
Do we come in?
That's right.
Mansell, how many posts have you repaired there?
2.
We've repaired 4 pieces over 21 years. They're $25 a piece.
Well, all I know is the damn 3/4 of it laid on the ground in May or June. And we propped it up, repaired it.
You propped up with a stick, I see, yeah.
Well, no, it's 2x4s.
Well,
That's not a stick.
okay.
Okay.
But
But
either
you
way,
weren't
what
there.
is the new
No,
fence?
I
What
was
is
there.
the
One or
white
two
fence
lines.
we put back?
We did it right.
With a stick?
No, with a chain link fence. It matches everything else, the whole thing.
It's
is
not a
chain link.
privacy fence.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does, Gordy. You should have looked into that before you agreed on it.
Okay, you show me, when I have her review the minutes, and if it says it's a privacy fence, the new one isn't, bottom line. It's our
Make that
fence, we
make
pay
sense
for
in your
it.
brain. Why would either neighbor agree to have a ball field next to their homes without a privacy fence?
That's the
That
borough's
is
choice.
100%.
That is the borough's choice, not that.
No,
That
it's not.
playground-
It was ours.
That playground's been there since 1902.
It wasn't a playground, it was a schoolhouse.
And the playground was between the schoolhouse and your property, period.
There was no playground.
Your grandmother went to school.
There was no playground over there, there was a swing set over by
So we already,
the.
we already need to
Behind the
compare, yeah.
schoolhouse, I went there.
So, question,
So is there any
Mansell.
chance that we can compare?
About your, Mansell,
the wood
question,
versus-
Chico.
Why we're doing it, the
Mayor-
other side,
That's
the
not what
other
council
side
wanted.
should be done too.
Council-
He just-
But did you compare, did you
So,
get different prices?
Amy's
Why-
fence-
We put it out for bid.
And the fence by Harvesters, they were both put at the same time, correct?
What fence are you
They
talking
were
about?
both
It was a couple years apart.
couple years apart, but they were both put, basically, but the borough voted for the same reason to put the fence on their property and the fence where Amy's is.
Right.
Okay, we didn't put any fence on anyone's property but
Okay,
the
so
borough.
put the fence up there between the ball field and their house, the ball field and Amy's house.
Right.
So Amy's fence got hurt by weather this year, got taken down, that fence on her property, well, on her side of the field.
Right.
You're right.
So you guys, the other fence got taken down by a storm a few years ago.
Right.
Why was that one never replaced?
Ashley and Kurt been up a couple different times to ask us. about
Why
it.
was that one never replaced?
I
But
agree.
now we're
It should be
spending all, we're
replaced.
gonna replace one
Well-
fence,
But
but
either
not
way,
the
you
other.
touch somebody's
Come
fence, you're
January, the
invading my
next council can
privacy,
replace it.
and all you have are
That's how we
excuses.
So,
When is the fence
we all
going
voted
anybody?
and
He said
the fence is in there, so.
Yeah,
Well, I
because
have
we
a-
put
I
things in the
understand
ground.
that. We should have got, first we should have talked about.
Ground will be frozen, you'll be
About
trying
what?
to post
We
it.
should have talked to the current any other guy.
Or do you have
It's not his
document?
property.
Gonna need a
It
property.
is property.
It doesn't matter
It's the
though.
borough's property.
We all are
Gordy,
together.
how would you even know?
Hey, I'm sorry, but that's
Do
what
you
it
have
is.
documentation that says the installation will be in December?
Be when?
You said December.
December.
You said December.
I'm going by what they quoted us.
Okay,
They
can I
s-
see something that, so I can believe that you're actually moving forward in this?
Bob had the quote.
I left at home.
Oh, Bob's got it.
Does it have dates?
I mean, can Chris call the guy and say, what's the difference between a wood fence versus this fence?
This is what we bought, it's what council voted about.
Okay, we're changing our mind then. Whatever reason.
Morally, why wouldn't you contact the neighbors and be like, hey, this is an option, we're starting to think about it, do you guys have any recommendations?
I mean, if it's $1,000 more, $1,000 less, everybody works.
And where you just marked out on Halloween is a whole foot over from where the existing fence was. Why not leave the existing fence up, put the new fence up, and then remove that one instead of leaving me completely exposed?
Because we don't want the old fence to be a hazard with kids between the
You
two
wouldn't
fences.
give a crap about
We
a
have-
hazard anyways, I've
we
said
got-
stuff for years
we have
about that
liability.
post.
Well, your liability is
Your
sticks sticking out
liability
of
is,
the ground.
your
You
liability
got
is
sharp
right now.
sticks coming
Not
out.
anymore,
Well, they've been there for a long
they're
time.
gone.
No, you're right, he did make some sad
They're gone.
attempts,
Okay.
November
Okay.
1st.
They're
I will
pretty
promise they're
dangerous.
sad
They're
attempts,
gone.
because they're all
Okay.
still there.
Okay.
They're just pounded down a little flatter.
They were cut off.
So would it be cheaper to get
He
a
used that chainsaw twice
non-galvanized
for me,
fence?
trust me, I watched him.
That's
Would
what
it
I
been
said,
cheaper?
wood versus
It
galvanized.
probably
would have
would've
been cheaper.
Probably would have been cheaper, but the problem is the wind, okay? This wind blows through this fence.
How long did that fence stay up?
21 years.
It's been,
With two
no,
repairs.
no, it with repairs. Yeah.
2 repairs.
Okay. The bottom line
With
is,
repairs under
the bottom
$100.
line is, for some reason, she doesn't want a new fence on the borough property.
That is not the
No,
bottom
you don't
line.
wanna replace the fence that they all agreed to, you
Right,
wanna
the
do
privacy.
your
They
own
don't know
thing,
if they agreed
she
to it.
wants
Who-
without
who
consulting
who
the
agreed to it?
neighbors.
Your
Y'all
former
did,
council
Yeah, we agreed
members.
to buy the fence, and we bought it,
without
we installed
consulting
it.
her,
okay? What's that?
without consulting
We buy
her.
things every freaking month without consulting people.
We know, we're fully aware of that.
Did you get that?
Laugh about it, Mr. Chilson.
Amy, all right.
I mean,
So,
what would be the harm to check the pricing?
It's over with.
No, it's
Voted on, it's gone.
Anything to be changed.
Ansel.
Why weren't you here
Ansel,
last
hold up for a
month?
second.
Why weren't you here
So,
last
okay,
month?
so,
She was here last month.
so the
No,
borough
he wasn't.
council
Yes, she
Time
was.
before,
Um,
my feet
voted-
were the sand.
Well, I thought you were.
4 or 5 to 2
Who was
to
last
do
month?
this.
Must have been me.
What would your opinion be, because with those chain link fence, what you can do is they can actually, purchase,
I have photos of that, you can see through it, you can hear through it, the lights, the language, the
Okay.
garbage, the men urinating from the bushball league. I could go on and on about,
Call the police.
yeah, that's right, you don't have one of those either.
time.
But anyway, moving on,
When is the fence gonna be put in?
I told you, December.
And I asked if you had documentation, and you handed Chris something, and he said it had no dates on it.
Okay, well,
So there again, you're not being honest.
we're at the discrepancy that they told us in December, they gave us 2 dates, and we told them either date.
You
And I
told
can't
Brad
remember now what
Robinson
the
it
date
was
is.
October 9th,
But,
which is
but the
another
bottom
lie.
line is, you don't want the fence.
No one said he didn't want the fence. How about some communication? How about don't touch something that's not yours, you're not 100% sure what the original agreement was? You shouldn't have started a process that you didn't know. What was the fence
Start what
there for?
project we didn't know?
Why did you remove the fence if you didn't know what the fence was there for? Do you think the borough just
What do you,
21 years ago
the
would have
fence
put a
was
fence in
there,
for no reason?
the fence was there to keep the kids on the playground side and your stuff on the other
Marty,
side.
there should never be a fence there when I was a kid. I've lived there my whole life.
There was a fence there
There
when I
was
was a
never
kid.
a fence there when I was a
Was there a
kid.
fence there when you were a kid?
I have
There was a wire
photos. I'll
fence
bring
all
my
the way around
family
the yard.
photo album next time. Is that gonna help you?
Wire fence, all the way around.
So there's a reason why the council built a barricade fence.
Yeah, there is a reason.
Well, the
Because that's
reason
what was
for it
agreed
is,
upon.
that was, whoever the council was at that time, that was their choice. Was it my choice? It was their choice.
It was the town, it was the choice
well,
that made
that's
the
a
better
key,
sense
that's a
for the
key
town.
thing that you just said there, was their choice, not my choice.
And
That's
you
right.
choose to change
I
it.
voted in favor of it, and I think everybody voted in favor of it.
There was no fence there when I
There was
was
never a
there.
fence. I lived there my
And
whole
the
life.
playground was in back of the schoolhouse.
Agreed. My father put the first fence up.
That's your opinion.
I know.
I believe it was like 89.
So you're saying that-
Sorry, you didn't.
So is she gonna get her privacy fence put back up?
There's no way that you can contact.
Yeah.
It's voted on, it's over and done, we paid them the 50%, we got the date to have it put in.
What
They
they
ordered
care?
the fence,
Oh, they already
Give her
ordered?
the
Yeah.
date.
How do you know?
that's why we had to give them the deposit of 50% to buy the
And it's
material.
gonna take them 4 months to put it up?
I have no idea, I don't work there.
So is she gonna get her privacy fence put up or not?
Depends on if it says in the minutes previously,
Then
that
what
it was
do
a
you do?
privacy fence, the borough council will take that into consideration.
How about if you just re-vote it and do it next week?
Call them, I'm sure they can call them.
Exactly.
It's all done, contract signed, over and done with.
Rip up the contract, re-vote it.
Contracts are renegotiated, Mr. Chilson,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the time,
yeah.
except
And I
for
have his number,
yours.
I'll call, okay?
Alright, except for
Figure out
yours.
what the whole deal is.
Well, I just still don't feel
See
that
what
that
he
type
bought?
of fence is gonna be the right one.
We know what we bought, it's right
No,
there.
see what he's bought already, that's what I'm
You
asking.
wanna show Amy that, that's what it's about. And it
I'm
was
not
eight-
questioning that you decided to put something else there. It makes zero sense. Who's gonna keep up the mesh on this? Mesh you can see through.
The mesh will last a lot longer than that wood.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Because they take them off the dugouts every year because they only got 1 year on
You're talking about the
1%.
mesh.
The plastic.
Mesh or the plastic little
So they don't
things?
have to change.
Okay, there's no
Are you
plastic.
talking about that orange mesh?
It's a canvas.
that weaves.
Yeah, it's still plastic.
Okay, so what do you
But
think of
the
whether
thing
she's
is-
gonna do
It's
that?
orange mesh.
That is not going to go back
That-
on. That's not going to go back on. We have no obligation to do that. We have no obligation to put a fence up there.
You had no, yes, you
We could
did.
have taken the old fence down and left it down.
You didn't have a right to
I
touch
guess
the
it's
two
not,
parallel of
it's
49.
right and wrong, I guess. Not
Oh.
obligation.
Man, so you're arguing because it's me, that's all.
No, I'm not.
Bull crap.
I'm just saying,
If it
the
was my
fence come
house, I'd
down,
be arguing
first
too.
of all, I would talk to them. Second of all, I would try to put back up what was there. I would have.
Why?
Because obviously somebody,
Times have changed, man, so.
somebody thought that was a better deal back then. Even then, they had chain link fence.
It'll be good for you, Gordy.
No,
What's that?
because he would've gone.
So move
to the
on,
attorney.
leave people alone,
That's what
let the
happened to
town
Jim.
put themselves back together, you're
He
under
just fell.
Thank
Now,
you.
I have one vote.
And, hang on, and you're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, and I also heard you during the executive session tell people that that fence belonged to you out in the.
That is my fence. I've lived there my whole freaking life. The original fence belonged to my family.
So that fence that was up, that belonged to
The
you?
fence that you just removed, the borough bought the material, we put it in. That is a shared fence, and it wasn't 100% on you, and it wasn't 100% on me.
It was
Get
on-
your
it was on
facts
the
straight.
borough
You
property.
wouldn't even know, you were probably off riding race cars at that
The
time.
borough, that was on the borough property.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, if it wasn't, you show me your property line.
You show me the borough property line, sir. Why do I have to do anything for something that you started?
So the borough don't have to pay for it. They want you to
Why?
pay for it.
Well, if it's your fence, you put up your fence.
I would have loved to have my fence back, but you know what? Your
Okay,
people
if
that
you-
had to remove it, cut it with a chainsaw. You can't even use the panels.
Well, so why didn't you pay for that fence?
Why didn't you guys pay for the fence?
We did.
We shared it. It
We
was
did.
shared. It
No,
was shared
no.
effort. We
You're
installed
telling me
it.
it's your
Borough paid
fence,
for it.
but you didn't pay for it.
I
It is
think
a shared fence.
the
So
borough,
did you pay for it?
Is it your fence? Did you pay
It
for
was
it?
when they bought
Absolutely,
it.
borough taxpayers paid for
That
it.
is
the
not you.
taxpayer.
When they bought
That
it,
was
it
your
was
parents.
there.
But the borough probably put it up
Absolutely.
because why? To help the neighbors that joined the
Because of the
no.
trespassing,
To
because it was at the
separate-
point
to
that people were gonna be
separate
arrested for
The
it.
property line.
and to help them with the noise.
And the
and
fence
light.
was there before that, and the fence was there before
Way
that.
before the ball
No,
field?
no.
Absolutely.
That barricade fence,
No,
just a chain link fence.
no, it was a wood post wire fence.
Okay, so,
Like
Not
a-
anywhere
like a
near
goats
there.
in.
but there had to be a reason why they put the barricade fence up. And I would
So for an
assume
improvement.
to help the neighbors
So now we're
also.
gonna go down?
That's, we did not consult with anyone when we put that fence up.
I don't.
Bull, okay.
And,
But anyway,
well,
Well, let's look at the minutes.
that's what I said to her, to give me some
You
date.
got 'em.
I asked her
Come up with your own
husband,
dates.
former
You seem to know
husband, give me an idea what it was.
2002, right, she said?
Okay,
That
well,
was the
here's-
installation of the fence.
okay, so here's the thing now, we got a secretary, she'll handle it.
Well, that's if you give us the keys
Until
to get
then,
her
we
in.
have no fence up.
We gotta hire.
Nobody should be using that field. My house was hit on October 12th with a ball from the ball field.
So
Do I call the
anyway,
police on that one?
Yes.
anyway.
I wouldn't do that
we
to
gotta
little
go to
girls
executive
because I
session.
feel
Got some
like
issues here.
Their liability.
it's not, he's not, I'm not hurting kids' feelings for his ignorance.
What
So still no
issue?
answer, just one
Well,
hour.
he's gonna call the
I
guy.
know he will. Thanks, Chico.
Nothing's gonna change.
Well, you don't know.
Yes, I do know, because the borough council voted on
Well,
it.
guess what, we're getting ready to
If
get a
nothing's
new
been
council.
ordered, and it was pretty close to the same price, and the guy put it up, regardless of what kind of fence it is, and we can do it
What's
within
that?
reason, why wouldn't we do it?
Why? It's over and done, it's over and done. You're always wanting to do things after.
It's not the point with
No,
Tony
it's
Gunn,
just
it's
heartburn.
with
And
Mel.
actually, all you have to do is send a letter, we could come up with something together.
Anyway, call an
Make some
executive
contact.
session for legal matters.
Can I just ask for clarification before I lose the opportunity about the document, the agreement that you guys all signed to meet with EPA that Mr. Chilson did not sign and voted no? Can I get some clarification on
Mr.
what
Penzone
exactly
didn't
that
sign
means?
it, Michelle didn't
Mr.
sign it.
Penzone is absent. You verbally said no. Your vote was
Right.
no.
Why would I sign it after I said no?
Yeah, she approved
Okay.
it, she's not.
I'm asking you why. Do you want to take personal responsibility for $28,000 and change per violation per day?
Remember what the attorney told you? You don't.
About
'cause
what?
You forget real quick.
Oh.
And you don't have to answer
Oh, I
anything.
forget real
You
quick.
don't have to answer anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
because
have
the
to
attorney
answer,
is an
but
asshole.
election day,
commentary.
election day is tomorrow, and everyone in your community deserves to know that you just voted no, not to participate in bettering the wastewater treatment plant, and
That's your
you
opinion.
should be personally
That's-
fight, no,
Barbara,
no, that
Barbara.
is not, I just witnessed it, you voted
Barbara,
it.
that's your
You
opinion.
should be personally, financially responsible for those penalties, that's all.
We've already voted on that, we have a meeting
Executive
Friday
session.
night with DEP or DEP.
Anyway, executive, so long.
Oh, what's this about again?
This has to do
Pay
with,
attention.
Personnel.
he said legal.
Legal.
Legal, personnel, legal.
He said legal.
Okay, I'll go with that one. I only have a choice of a couple of them, I might as well pick one.
Couple of them.
Did you amend the agenda and waste 10 minutes to add that? Because you did all the other logistics tonight to stall us, Mr. Chilson.
Can't read, we can't work.
You gonna get that?
I will.
There's not much we can do about this, we can appeal this. decision.
I don't know what you're talking
Oh, can you grab my other, no, over there by Hank, I have a,
I couldn't get the top here.
it's so hot in here anyway.
Are they having a private session?
Yes. They amended the agenda for everything else and wasted an hour of our time to do that, but they don't amend the agenda.
Oh, excuse me.
Just up there anywhere. It's not, it's just on. Thank you. Oh, my jacket. Hold on, wait. It's, hold on, my jacket. My jacket.
Quick, go.
I don't know, hey, I don't know if I have a phone in my jacket. I don't know if I have.
I'm out of here.
Are we in?
It's been a lot of
Jesus Christ.
out of here.
What, he won't let you get your
Well,
coat?
and they're not gonna say.
No, he,
anything.
like I've got a hidden microphone in my damn Arizona mango juice.
You should.
I ought to at this point.
It would be smart.
I never know what I
Oh, wait,
have
don't-
my phone in
don't
my
say that, though.
pocket, so
Don't say
I
that,
can't
don't.
leave my jacket in
You
there.
can't say that.
It's in there,
You don't wanna say that too loud though, because the actually come.
This is the first time it's ever gone this long.
We'll tattle on you.
No, it's not.
Oh, no.
It's not.
longer. Well, it's getting bad now because they usually try to do them in under an hour and a half.
If they're calling an executive session, they have to do something after the executive session. They have to do business after the session.
They adjourn.
No, they have to vote on whatever they're discussing.
Well,
I have to stay.
I'm going.
See ya. I just wish I had something.
Heading home, hold on.
Yeah.
Healthcare.
There's no time.
Oh, you go tell him to see you in the other. Oh, come on, this is fun. You don't wanna drink that water. It's been in there a long time.
It's
cold.
Penny probably bought it. Penny probably bought it.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here soon.
See y'all guys there later.
We'll stay
Yeah,
with
I'll
you.
be there when I get there.
It's done, I guess.
Thank you. I'm just gonna work something.
Some-
I think that's where we're all headed.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes.
Sharon, by the way, Andy, did
I
you
went to-
called you
I
when
went to school with him.
you were talking to him?
Which
And
time?
Just a couple minutes, just saying
I
what
guess that
you
was-
for. He said, all right, Barbara, that's enough.
I remember that
You know
fence
what? He
because.
compares me to Barbara Walters. Do you know
Yeah,
how
I remember
awesome
that.
that woman was?
That fence was put in, that fence was put in when Joe was pregnant for Matthew.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Gary put it in.
in 1991, 90 when Matthew was born, which Matthew's gone now. We're gonna
I'm going outside.
she's gone.
It's just too hot in here.
Is that why you're like you're wet, like you're sweating?
Wow.
Hey, nobody's out here, so.
Well, Mark, find out what the chances are.
We can't do anything until.
You want to table it? You want to table that?
Well, how long do we have?
60 days.
Well, that'll be next month.
So we have to table it and.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
You're welcome. I only brought it because I felt that we got the city of this.
I know we had about a week, and he said, no, we're showing you legally, and because of the.
Let me just
Yeah, I can't. I gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You're probably not necessary for us, but.
Bye, Chico. It's Chico, not Chris. I've known him probably longer than you.
I'm sure I got more. I'm
Grew
sure I
up
got
with
more
Chico.
than
Let's try this. I'm glad we brought
Uncle
snacks.
you did?
He was my brother-in-law's best friend.
Well, yeah, right there. I didn't bring any snacks. I brought alcohol snacks. I mean, I was thirsty. I didn't even imagine how
Well, I
everybody
finished
else
what I
was.
was drinking, but I wish I
I brought
some.
That's what, yeah, but there's
California.
a.
That was way before
But I,
the injury.
you know something? You might be right.
I know I'm right.
You're right. You could be.
That was an injury way before the
He might have been
injury.
on disability from,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well-
yeah.
before, somebody else.
You know,
Like I said, let me check into
Yeah,
it.
check health for it too. I don't know what kind of
He
information.
called
you
me
give me.
back to
No, that's what she should be doing.
Yeah, you know, they don't care. Insurance companies just wanna pay it up
I
and,
know,
pen's
well,
on the floor,
I'll
huh?
find out. Go figure.
and they don't worry about it, and they wanna fight it because we're paying the bill, they don't care.
we're not paying the bill, our insurance is.
Same thing, we're gonna
You
pay
know, end
it,
up-
we're gonna pay it no matter what.
Yeah.
And you know,
Premiums go up.
you know, the best part about hiring Penny Jeffers is you didn't hire Jill Hall.
Watch it, I can have that arranged.
Yeah, we thought that'd be a nice gift for
Whoa.
you.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Whoa.
wrong with paying.
Man, I'm telling you.
Okay, we done?
Yep.
Okay.
Need a motion to adjourn?
We need to know what the result.
Oh,
of
excuse
the-
me, was tabled, the legal issue was tabled.
So no action, no business taken.
No.
Go ahead.
Can I say something?
I make the motion to adjourn.
You still
Roll
can
call
say
vote,
something.
all in favor? Aye.
Down here at the park where we live in the, trailer park,
Huh?
there's been kids climbing up the tree. One kid had got his arm hurt pretty bad. I was in there the other day, there was branches broken off and there's a big long pole that I took out of the park so the kids didn't get hurt. They were going like this with it. One kid got hit with it.
This is that mean bunch.
It is very bad.
There's a mean bunch of them.
Yeah, we got it.
So is there a way that you guys can put a sign up there and tell them not to climb trees? Because I've said something, and the other people in the trail parks had said something, and kids are getting hurt in the park.
Oh.
Yeah, we can put the word out on about.
Used to be the responsibility of the parent.
Yeah, those
And
days
you
are
know what the
gone.
Those
parents
days are
told
over,
me?
yeah.
You know what the parents told me from housing? My kids have every right to climb that tree because we live in housing. So something needs to be done because it's getting bad. I'm not trying to be a pain,
Notify the
but,
housing authority to tell them.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's where they're from.
and I
I'll
have
contact
called
them. Good idea.
housing, and they said that they can't do anything because the borough owns the park.
Who can't do anything?
Housing.
They don't have anything to do with it.
I know, but the kids from housing is the ones that's
That's
destroying
their
it.
mom and dad's problem. Okay?
Until they get hurt, that's
The
our
thing
problem.
is,
They get hurt in the park.
you bring it to our attention, which you did, we appreciate it, okay? And then the next thing to go on basically is to, you know,
And all housing told
if
us
there's,
to put
if
signs
some,
up.
if something's being destructed or whatever, then you call the police, but
Yeah, if they're
climbing the trees, huh?
ripping
Hurt.
limbs
And
down and.
they're ripping and they're tearing those, fences off and playing with those poles.
Hey, I've had the park locked up because we had a cesspool fall in, and they climbed the fence and went in. and-
Yeah, they climb, that's what they do. I took the pictures. Just let you know, I do have a picture of a kid climbing that pole, or climbing the fence.
My job is got a hell of a lot easier.
18. Not bad. Pardon me. I think I have all of my eggs in one basket, but story of my life.
She's like, I don't care, I'm going home.
You're going home?
I was gonna say my phone's dead.
So the promotion meeting, or you wanna go home?
I'm going home.
Oh, no. Cindy.
Me too.
I guess we're not, because his phone's dead, and
he'll
start twitching
yeah.
soon.
Nope, I'm not.
You could have asked the girl with the batteries
Oh,
for a charger.
All he'd have to do is go out, I have 2 battery packs in my book. Oh, they're at the house, never mind.
Something about I'm on call 24/7?
No, I I'm just added up, cause I don't know where to put all my.
I didn't want to let it go.
And
Just
I'm
in
not going all
case.
the way up to Walsall.
All right, I have got an escort to the car. So, guys, check on your neighbors. Think of veteran. Weather's starting to change, so it's gonna get a little weird. It's gonna get cold. They passed a motion to hire snow removal, so that's all set, right? Yeah, snow removal's all set for the winter. Right. All right. So, all right. Think of veteran, guys. Check on your neighbors. Do the right thing. Vote tomorrow. Goodness gracious. All right. Good night.